Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nice to see you all. It's been a while. A castle, a castle, a castle. Ó ṣe díẹ̀ tẹ̀tí rojú ọ̀hún. Ẹ má bínú nítorí pé a busy ni ah, èyí ni kò jẹ́ ká rí tọ̀hún reason yẹn but báyìí bá ṣe gbà wá a máa wá dáadáa láti lè wá you know, discuss the little we have at hand. So that's what we'll be doing today. Nǹkan tá a máa ṣe ní èní yìí gangan ni ìyẹn. So nice to see you all. But before we proceed, màá fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ play music kankan, ká tiẹ̀ gbọ́ díẹ̀, ká gbọ́ music díẹ̀ sí ká gbọ́ kó tó di pé I actually proceed. It will be a good thing to start with a video clip for us to actually enjoy. So let's hear this.
Tinubu kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Ohun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kò yé wa rárá. Ominú ń kọ gbogbo aráyé bó ṣe ń lọ. Atẹ́sẹ̀ kan bodò, ọ̀ní ń fà á. Bọ́lá Tinubu ọjọ́ wo lẹ dé náà tí gbogbo aráyé ti ń ṣòṣùkè? Bọ́lá Tinubu wọ́n lójú tó máa bá ní dalẹ́ kì í tòwúrọ̀ ṣe pin. Ìyàwó tá a sì ń fẹ́ lójú ọ̀nà tó nà yá ọkọ. Tó bá délé ọkọ ńkọ́? Ọjọ́ wo lẹ dé ìjọba táyé tí ń le kokoko bí ojú ẹja? Buhari la sì ń pè lólórí burúkú olórí kíwá ní Bọ́lá Ahmed. Ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà ló para wọn. Ẹni ebi pakú pátápátá ò tẹ́ni gbèsè pa. Ìyẹn láyé ìjọba Buhari. Aráyé sọkúsọkú wọ́n kérora jẹrora. Èpè la fi sí Buhari wọgbó bíi ti Ibrahim Babangida pẹ̀lú General Sani Abacha. Ológun dúdú dé o. Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣé ká ti àsìkò yìí mọ́ gbé ọ ṣépè ní àbí ká fi ọ́ ré? Iná tó lórí burúkú Buhari dá sílẹ̀ fọ́mọ Nàìjíríà láti rò pé wò ó bomi pa. Kàkà kí Bọ́lá Tinubu ó bomi pa náà jọba Buhari ṣe ló tún da pẹtiróòlù sáàrò. Gbogbo wa la rí ọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó rẹ̀ wá lẹ́kún. Èròǹgbà wa ní pé gbogbo ìlànà tábíọ́lá fi lélẹ̀ ló fẹ́ tẹ̀lé. Àṣẹ àpamọ́lẹ́kùn lájọ ń polongo rẹ̀ pé ká dìbò fún. A ti rò ó pé tọ́mọ Yorùbá bá gorí ìjọba yóò ṣe wá lóore. Àwọn àrà tí Bọ́lá Tinubu dá nípínlẹ̀ Èkó la rò pọ̀ ló jẹ́ kó lógúdúdó polongo rẹ̀ fọ́mọ Nàìjíríà. Bọ́lá Tinubu o, Bọ́lá Tinubu o. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni wa Ṣẹ̀tìmà àtọ̀sán àtòru kò yàtọ̀ mọ́ fọ́mọ Nàìjíríà. Bọ́lá Tinubu àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà fi gbogbo ọ̀sán sákiri. Alẹ́ lé ọmọ Nàìjíríà fẹ̀gbẹ́lélẹ̀ láàrin ebi. Òru tó yẹ kí wọ́n máa sùn. Ṣe ni kálukú ranjú sílẹ̀ oorun ọ̀wá. Ṣé bẹ́ni tó bá jẹun lálẹ́ ni ó sùn láàjì. Àṣẹ pankẹ́rẹ́ ni Buhari fi ń na ọmọ Nàìjíríà tí gbogbo wa ń ké. Bọ́lá Tinubu kò bókó lójú mẹ́rin rèé. Nítọwọ́ Ahmed Ẹgbani. Bẹ́ẹ̀ a sì polongo pé ká dìbò fún ọ lórí pé bóyá ara ó tu Nàìjíríà. Kì í ṣe pé Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n yọ sọ́bsidì lórí epo. Ṣé bí Bọ́lá gan sọ nígbà tí ń kàmpéènì? Kódà kíjọba ó yọ sọ́bsidì lórí epo. Ṣùgbọ́n bí Bọ́lá Tinubu ti ń sọ nígbà náà bíi pé yóò fọgbọ́n ṣètìnira òní tó bí eléyìí la pè é. Ẹ wá torí sọ́bsidì ẹ kó ọmọ Nàìjíríà sínú ìpayín keke. Ọmọ kékeré ń sọkún nílé, arúgbó ń ké lóko. Ẹ ní sùúrù, ẹ máa rọ́jú, wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ déjọba ni. Tó bá yá kò ní pẹ́ táyé ọdẹ mẹ̀kúnnù. Ẹ wò ó, ìjọba ìwàásù tí gbogbo yín ṣe fọ́mọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ lè rò pé ó wọ̀ wọ́n létí. Ẹ gbépo sí 500 naira. Ẹni ká ṣe sùúrù, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ déjọba ni. kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ epo wá di 650 naira per litre. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bọ́lá Tinubu, èmi ológun dúdú ọkọ̀ sọ́jà ọkọ̀ òṣèlú, ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ọmọ líle tó dùn á bí. Èmi ni mo ṣagbátẹrù ìpolongo pé kí Yorùbá ó dìbò fún ọ. Bọ́lá Tinubu, ọwọ́ afẹ́ sọ mí dẹlẹ́nu méjì nígboro. Ọ̀ràn tí mọ́ bí wọ́n ti kì mí ni wọ́n á ní ológun dúdú bí ń bá ọ ṣeré kò pé ọmọ gbé ọ jẹ. Tá a bá gbé ọ sípò tó bá bẹ̀ jẹ́, ìyẹn ò ní pé kólógun dúdú ọmọ forí gbé ọ kúrò nípò. Òótọ́ agùnmánìyè ló yọ sọ́bsidì lórí epo. A sọ pé Bọ́lá Tinubu ni. Ìrètí wa wá ni pé ẹni àròkójọ́ lọ́gbọ́n kò yẹ kó tún gbá sọ tí wèrè bọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ kó gbé wọ̀. Ìwọ̀nba sọ́bsidì tẹ́ ẹ ti yọ nígbà tí Bọ́lá Tinubu ti dé. Ẹ ṣàkáǹtì ẹ̀ fún wa. Èló ló jẹ́ ìgbà tó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé ojú owó epo pẹtiró gan. Ṣé wọ́n ṣàkáǹtì ẹ̀ fáráyé? Ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ṣé kìí ṣe wípé a tún bọ́ sínú ìpayín keke ni? Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣẹ̀tìmà ọ̀ràn rẹ o. Ẹgbẹ́ epo sí 500 naira ìlú ń japoró. Ìlú ń ké tátátá, ìlú ń sọkún, ìlú ń pariwo. Ẹ wá tún ló di 650 naira per litre. Àti ẹ̀tún gbọ́ wípé yóò di 800 naira ní September, 1000 ní December. Àbẹ́ ti ya wèrè, àbẹ́ fẹ́ ṣòfò dànù. Wọ́n ti gbogbo bọ́dà, ọjà wọn gógógó. Ẹ lọ wo iye tí wọ́n ń ta tòmátì lọ́jà, ẹ lọ wo iye tí wọ́n ń tẹran. Irú ìjọba àbàṣèjẹ́ wo lè yí gbogbo jàmá? Tí mo bá ń polongo pé ká dìbò fún Bọ́lá Tinubu ńkọ́, ṣé yẹn ló ní kó wọlé tán? Ká má lè advice ẹ̀kọ́. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó nírètí ayọ̀ nínú ìjọba wọn, ẹ tún gbomijé lójú wọn.
Yeah. So, that is it. Good. That is it. So, we are going to start today's program. That's a lovely poem from Ologun Dodo. So, what we'll be discussing today is actually the ongoing crisis in Nigeria and in Africa. So that's what we are going to discuss today. Now, I'll try as much as possible to combine Yoruba and English together. So I'll try myself. So what I discuss then is we are just going to assess in Nigeria. And of recent, Titi Africa to join in, which is Niger Republic. So I'll try as much as possible and make it lively. Lively. Thank you for those of us that join us. Thank you for joining us. So, bí ọ̀rọ̀ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu bó ṣe di president. A mọ̀ pé revelation wà lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn kan ní kò ní sí election, àwọn kan ní election máa wà, àwọn kan ní pé kò ní dé bẹ́ẹ̀, all sorts of things. Àwọn tó sọ pé kò ní sí election, gbogbo wa láti rí bó ṣe jọ. Revelation tó ṣe pé is actually not from God. Okay, àwọn tó sọ pé election máa wà ṣùgbọ́n kò ní dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn ṣì right. They are right in the sense pé tá bá wo election yẹn, ṣé Tinubu win election yẹn? No, he didn't win the election. This election was won by somebody else. Gbogbo wa la jẹ́ tó win election yẹn. So ribi ni wọ́n fi gbé Tinubu wọlé. So to some extent, àwọn tó sọ pé election máa wà ṣùgbọ́n Tinubu ò ní win, they are actually right. Ṣùgbọ́n ó lo ọ̀nà èrú ló fi gbé rẹ̀ wọlé. So I'm going to start right after bó ṣe wọlé on the day of the swearing. We know what happened. What happened? What happened was he actually took off subsidy. That's highest subsidy. Can a subsidy work? Subsidy, when we say subsidy, it comes from the word subsidized. So that means our oil in Nigeria, our petrol was subsidized by our government to make things cheap for us, to make it easy for citizens to buy and make life easy for all citizens. That's the purpose of the subsidy. So that means everything was actually, subsidized. Not everything, but that of petrol was subsidized in Nigeria. And right on the day of the swearing, he announced that the subsidy will be removed, and it took effect immediately. And we saw the chaos it caused in Nigeria. So those are the things we are going to assess today. So I'm going to start with this. Right. Okay. I'm going to actually start with this. I'm going to share my screen with you if you permit me. Just bear me a second and I'll do that right away. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm sharing with you. And I believe you can actually see this, the screen. So what happened? What happened in this case is that the federal government, so I took this from legit a newspaper, and I'm going to read just a few out of it. So the federal government finally approves salary increase for President Bola Tinubu, Shettima, and others. Fact emerge. So what happened? What happened was that once this thing was taken off, the subsidy was taken off, the petrol actually, the cost of the petrol shot up. It actually went up seriously. It went as far as like 500, over 500. So it depends on where you buy the petrol itself. So it actually went up, and everything was actually expensive for Nigeria to sustain. And Nigeria being a country that is seriously affected with inflation, you can just imagine that. So people started complaining, people started nagging. We have citizens complaining, oh, the government shouldn't have done it this way. The government should have been wise to, look for a better way to do it. Actually, if we had to actually assess what people said, their concern, I think to some extent they are right. And here is why I say they are right. Now, I'm going to try and just say this in Yoruba. I'm trying my best, just to mix it up. Ní ìlú tó bá ṣe pé nǹkan lọ dáadáa, tó ṣe pé ibi tó ṣe pé orí gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì ti pé dáadáa, tẹ́ bá máa yọ subsidy, nǹkan kan gbọ́dọ̀ ti wà nílẹ̀ tó ṣe pé people can fall on, tó ṣe pé òun làwọn èèyàn máa lò pé okay, wọ́n ti yọ subsidy o, wọ́n máa fi compensate ẹyọ kan ni. And that should have been the case in the case of the subsidy. But opposite is the case. Government, Tinubu went ahead and actually removed the subsidy without considering the hardship, without considering how it's going to affect businesses, without considering how it's going to affect the average people, below average people, how it's going to affect Nigerians generally. So this was what Tinubu did here in this case. I personally, as a person, thinking that, okay, Tinubu has been in politics at least for some time. I know he's a very stupid person. He pretends to be educated, very, very stupid. He is not educated. Gbogbo certificate tó forge tó sọ pé òun ní Bọ́lá Tinubu, òun kàwé ní Chicago University or whatever university in the US. It's all lies. It's all false. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ àṣírí yẹn. Ẹni tó ní certificate yẹn gangan tó jẹ́ Bọ́lá Tinubu, obìnrin ni, ẹni yẹn jẹ́ ti kú. So therefore, Tinubu as a person, a drug lord, is òun fúnra ẹ̀ gan agbèrò, ọmọlẹ́yìn Fẹlá. So he's a ruffian. So and he is illegit, and we know he's very rough. So and what happened? He claimed to be that lady. He claimed to be the lady. He claimed to be the person who actually graduated from the university. However, he isn't the person who graduated from the university. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu that we know in Nigeria is a man, and the real Bola Tinubu, who studied in Chicago University, was a lady who died. So, oh law, oh claim identity and identity, that which doesn't belong to him, he claimed it. So, definitely, what do we expect? Can I expect a woman shele? A fool or Lagos State. You think it is Lagos State which you actually held strangle or won't govern this time around. You are actually governing the whole of Nigeria. You are not governing Lagos State. So you will expect this will actually cause chaos. You will expect people will actually, they'll come after you. So, and all these things are in the public domain. You didn't actually study in Chicago. So that's how stupid Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. How stupid the president is, the current president of Nigeria. It shows how stupid he is. It shows the level of his stupidity. It shows the level of his IQ. Láti má lè jẹ́ kí ìgbà tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ní plan fún ọ̀fẹ́ your subsidy, I agree with there is nothing wrong in taking out the subsidy. But ṣé nǹkan míì ti wà nílẹ̀, tẹ́ máa fi replace subsidy? That should have been the first thing the government should have done. Though, Bani, if you are not an economist, because you pretend to have studied accounting, and it was studying accounting, only certificate, so you are the fake Tinubu, you are not educated, you are uneducated. So speaking English doesn't mean you're educated, okay? So, okay, I expect to put Mankini Matiwa in place. Do you not have an advisor? Bola Ahmed Tinubu ni advisor. Do you not have an economist? Do you not have a management advisor? Do you not have a strategic advisor? Those are the things you have to put in place before you can remove the subsidy. All these things were not considered. You remove the subsidy right immediately the same day you were swearing. You actually remove the subsidy. It shows how desperate you are. It shows how unprepared you are. And it actually shows the level of your IQ. Nigerians suffered, they complained and complained. When you don't first and you lost one long distance, but for how long is that sustainable? It's not sustainable. But the 1 week after, Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I'll continue to say, is IQ, is the level of his IQ is low. Nigerians in jail. Take your subsidy, to cause inflation in the country. Things are expensive, apart from the petrol, things are expensive. Food, groceries, everything, top of anything, transportation, everything is gone up, everything is expensive, and salary then go up. Increase salary on workers. What did Bola Ahmed Tinubu do? What he did was to increase the salaries of the politicians by 114%. Do you see how crazy things are? But now Nigerians in jail. Tell your subsidy, turn first and you share, tell increase salary, tell me only jẹun, tell they sustain around, and you tell what politicians, you bastard politicians. You want Tinubu, like I said, it shows how stupid you are. It shows the level of your IQ. It shows that you are not educated. It shows that you are not informed. You know nothing about management. You know nothing about, managing the economy. You should have a special advisor who will take up that responsibility, who will advise you on the sustainability of Nigerian economy, or who will be an advisor on how you manage the economic system of Nigeria. ẹ wá increase ẹ wá jump salary ẹ̀yin politicians, you stupid politicians, ẹ̀yin politicians olórí burúkú tó ṣe pé ẹ̀ ní ṣàǹfààní, ẹ increase the salary yín, ẹ jump by 114%. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. That's what you can see right in front of me. I am going to read that now. Okay. So here, SCT Abuja, a viral story of the purported 114% increase in the salary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Vice President Shettima, and elected federal and state political offices holders and judicial officers circulated on the internet in June. So, taba wo lo wo bo. Salary Bola Tinubu, before the increase was 3.5 million. But being pé wọ́n ti fowó kún salary àwọn politicians, just the politicians, salary yẹn ó jump to 7.5. That's 4 million increase just for Bola Ahmed Tinubu alone. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So just for Tinubu and Shettima and our reckless politicians. Eléyìí tó ṣe yìí dẹ́ máa fi mọ̀ pé they meant no good for Nigerians. Ẹ máa rí pé wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn Nigerians títara wọn nìkan ló mọ̀. Instead kẹ́ reduce the salary yín, ẹ̀yin tún gbé salary, ẹ̀yin increase the salary yín. For what? Kí lẹ fẹ́ lò fún? What do you want to use that for? Kí lẹ fẹ́ lò fún? You, Ahmed Tinubu, pẹ̀lú gbogbo owó tó jí ní Lagos State, despite all the money stolen for decades by you from Lagos State. From Lagos State, you still went ahead and increased the salary of the politicians. You increase your salary as well. Is that right? That's the first question we should ask ourselves. Shall a politician wọ́n need the salary increment? Àbí àwọn Nigerians gangan need increment? That's the first thing we should ask ourselves. Bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. So on this note, ibi tẹ́ máa ti mọ̀ pé you have leadership is a problem. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. When you have irresponsible politicians, you have irresponsible elders, you have irresponsible kings, you have irresponsible statesmen, elder statesmen. Then what do you expect? How do you expect them to govern you? Of course, what they do is to usurp you. They care less about you. You mean nothing to them. All they care about is their family. All they care about is me. All they care about is about them, not anyone else. So, on this note, we would know that this government did not mean well for Nigerians. Not just the government, politicians generally in Nigeria does not mean well for Nigerians. So, on that note, I am going to leave that there. I'll stop sharing this. Kò ń ṣe àsìkò gbogbo nǹkan ní àsìkò. Kò ń ṣe ìgbà tí ara ní àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Kò ń ṣe lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí nǹkan le. Things are very hard out there for Nigerians. It shouldn't be the time that the politicians, Tinubu, Shettima, and politicians both at the federal and the state level, this is not the right time for them to increase their salary. But it shows how irresponsible they are. It shows how insensitive they are. They care less about their citizens. All they care about is them. On this note, I am now going to share at least out of a salary increment. We have the right as citizens to know their salary status, how much each senators are paid, how much House of Rep members are paid. Those are the things I am going to take you through today. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, And so what I'm going to do this time is to share our politicians, their payments, how they are paid. I am going to share that with you. So if you don't mind, just bear me a second and I'm going to bring that up from my screen. I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to share. This is what I want to share. Just bear me a second and I'll share my screen with you. So I'm trying to bring that up. Trying to bring that up. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. I'll try it again and see if I can. Okay, yeah, here we go. At least we can see this on my screen. Okay, for a senator in Nigeria, this is how much our senators, this is how much they earn. This is what our senators in Nigeria earn. So the basic salary for a senator in Nigeria is 2,484,245 naira. That's 2 million. And then they are also, because they are senators, they are also entitled to hardship allowance, which is 50%. So that is half of their salary. Do not forget that their salary is 2,484,000. So half of their salary will be their hardship allowance. So that will be 1,242,122 naira. So now they've got constituency allowance, which is 200%. This money actually belongs to their constituency. But as we all know, these our representatives, senators, and House of Representatives at the federal levels, these people are thieves. Okay, like I said, they meant no good for you. They don't mean well for you. So that money normally should be taken back to your constituency. But these senators of this House of Reps and members, they don't take that money back. What they do is to pocket the money. So I'm going to, that's 4,968,000. 4 million, which actually belongs to their constituency. Now, they are also paid allowances. So we have furniture allowance, which is also 300%. So that's 7,452,000. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń pè jáde yìí, kí ni àwọn senators yìí fẹ́ fi ṣe? Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ furnitures wo ló ń rà ní 7.4 million? Kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe? Wọ́n tún ní newspapers allowance 1.2 newspapers. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ gbà mí, èló ló ń ta newspapers ní Nigeria? How much is newspapers? How much is it sold in Nigeria? That they have to be paid 1.2. This is what we are saying. Okay? They care for themselves. If you are not ready to liberate yourself, just forget it. You are going to die in hardship. You will die, you will suffer, you will die in hardship, and nobody's going to do that for you. You are responsible for yourself. You and you alone. You are the only one who can fight for yourself. Just look at the figures I'm calling out. Okay, now they have wardrobe allowance. Yeah, they have furnitures, right? Now they have wardrobe allowance. Wardrobe allowance is 621,000. Just for them to dress their wardrobe. to buy dresses, to take care of themselves. They've got accommodation as well. The government pay for the accommodation. That's 4.9 million. That's almost 5 million. 4.968 million. Okay, so they also have utilities. Utilities, that's bills. We are talking about bills like electricity bills and other bills. They get that as well, which is also 30%. That's 828,000 naira monthly. Monthly. Okay, now they've got entertainment. They entertain themselves, which is also 30%. Okay, entertainment is also 828,000. Same as utility. Personal assistance, which is also 25% of their salary. That is 1.8 million. 1.8. Personal assistance is 621,000. Sorry for that. 621,000. They've also got personal assistance. Okay, they've got vehicle maintenance. How they maintain their vehicles. As you know, all these senators, some of them have 10 cars, 6 cars, 7 cars. The question we should ask ourselves is, hey Joe, when you go out, how many cars do you take out? How many cars do you drive at a time? So these people are paid 1.8 million. 1.8 million monthly for vehicle allowance. Hey, then leave allowance. Leave allowance. They are paid 248,000. 248,000. Severance gratuity. As we all know, we know gratuity. Gratuity is more of like, the pension. They are actually paid 1.8 million. 1.8 million. Oh, goodness. Motor vehicle allowance again. They are paid vehicle allowance. Vehicle allowance means pé ẹni tó ti ní car. Owó tó fún wọn maintain car. Nísìnyí, wọ́n tún fún wọn ní motor vehicle allowance. Motor vehicle allowance ni pé owó tó fún wọn kán lè fi ra car. Kán fi ra car. 9.9 million. That's 10 million. Together is 29 million. Can you hear me? 29,479,749 naira. 24 million ní àwọn senators ní almost 25 million number monthly. So I'm going to stop sharing this. Is it not shocking? Ṣé kò wá shocking? Just look at those figures. Then ẹ tún wá wò ó tún wá increase Tinubu tún wá increase ẹ̀ ní last month wọ́n increase the salary wọn by 114%. Is that not crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is just unbelievable. Why Nigerians are dying, Nigerians are nagging, Nigerians are complaining, Nigerians are facing hardship. Okay, we have a senator making 25,500,000 monthly, right? And the salary got increased. The salary was actually increased by 114%. This is shocking. Question tí mo fẹ́ bí ìwọ tó jẹ́ Nigerian. Because I'm addressing Nigerian as a whole. Bí you Arewa, bí you Yoruba, bí you Igbo, bí you Ibibio, bí you Kalabari, bí you Yoruba, be you Benin, be you whatever ethnicity you have. The question I'm asking, or I want to ask is this thing really sustainable? Is it sustainable? Do you think those people care for you? Do you think they love you? That's the question we should ask ourselves. Ṣé ẹ rò bẹ́ẹ̀ pọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ṣá? Ṣé ẹ rò bẹ́ẹ̀ pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ṣá? Ṣé ẹ rò bóyá àwọn people yìí nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín? Do you think they love you? Do you think they like you? Do you think they have you at the bottom of their heart? Do you think they mean well for you? Those are the questions we should ask ourselves. I mean, this is shocking. This is unbelievable. But no one is going to do this thing for you. You guys have to do it yourself. What that baby will take mine. We will let you complain. No one is going to do it for you. Tí ever pani dada. Kò ní sẹ́ni tó máa kọ́ yín kẹ́ tó bọ́ síta. Ó ní yes, àpapọ̀ tí wà tá à ń jẹ́rìí ọ̀rọ̀ àjèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lára yín. A sọ fún yín pé do not vote for Tinubu. If you vote for Tinubu, sufferness ló máa bring. It will bring sufferness. So ṣe pé it will be beyond nǹkan tẹ̀lé nígbà láyé ìgbà Buhari. Don't vote for Tinubu, but you insisted. Èmi ló kàn. Yorùbá ronú. Yorùbá ló kàn. Èmi ló kàn. That was what you guys were screaming around. Talẹ́ni tó ń jèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lára yín sí. Talẹ́ni tó ń jẹ̀yà ibẹ̀. Talẹ́ni tó ń jẹ̀yà ẹ̀. Ṣèbí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń parí ẹ̀yin ló kàn. Ṣèbí ẹ̀yin náà lẹ̀ ń jẹ̀yà ẹ̀ sí. Yeah, this is we àwọn bíbá. Kò sí bó ṣe lè burú tó, kò sí bí nǹkan ṣe lè burú tó, àwa tá wà ní diaspora kò sí ní ṣá. A lè má ra mọ́tò o, a lè má ra ilé o, ṣùgbọ́n a jẹun àárọ̀, a jẹ tọ̀sán, a jẹ talẹ́, àfi tó bá ṣe pé kò wù wá ká jẹun nìkan ló kù. Now ask yourself, soul searching. Soul searching. You search yourself. Search your soul. Soul searching. Tí mo ṣe pè ní soul searching. Check yourself. Ìjẹ́ o ti jẹ tàárọ̀. Débi pé wàá rí tọ̀sán jẹ. Débi wípé wàá oúnjẹ alẹ́ jẹ. Tí ìbá jẹ oúnjẹ àárọ̀, kò ní kí n jẹun ní o. Kò ń ṣe pé oúnjẹ ò sí. Ìwọ wá ń kọ́. After ìgbà tó lọ tó dìbò fún Tinubu. Of what purpose? Purpose wo ló serve? Ṣé ó ti gbóúnjẹ sí ẹ? Ó gbóúnjẹ sórí table fún ẹ? Ṣé ó gbóúnjẹ sórí table fún ẹ? Ìdìbò tó dìbò fún Tinubu yẹn, Yorùbá ronú, Yorùbá ló kàn, you miscreant. Ṣé ó gbóúnjẹ sórí table fún yín? Ṣé ó gbé títàárọ̀? Ṣé ó gbé breakfast? Ṣé ó gbé breakfast sórí table fún yín? Débi kó fẹ́ gbé títí, tó fẹ́ gbé lunch or dinner sórí table fún yín? And you people are ashamed of yourself. Tàbá máa wí tán, ẹ sọ pé a fẹ́ da Nàìjíríà rú. Talent tó da Nàìjíríà rú sí. Ṣé kò délẹ̀ ìgbà tó délẹ̀ sí talent tó kàn? Ọ̀run yàbọ̀ ni, kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní kàn, ṣùgbọ́n ó máa kàn wá jura lọ. Talent tó kàn sí. Gbogbo bá bẹ́lẹ̀ Nàìjíríà sí, ṣé ó máa kó èmi tí mo wà ní diaspora àbẹ́yẹn tẹ wà ní Nàìjíríà? Ẹ̀yin ìkàárín wa. Kàrà yín nìkan lẹ mọ̀. Me. It's all about you people. Ẹlòmíì pretend ó ń ṣe pé òun support Tinubu. Irọ́ nítorí nǹkan tó máa rí jẹ, nǹkan tó máa rí gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Torí nǹkan tó fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ló ṣe support ẹ̀. Not that they really love him per se. Nobody loves this man. Talent tó fẹ́ fẹ́ràn wá pààyàn. Àmọ́ nǹkan ló pa over 100 people ní Lẹ́kì. Tẹ́ni pé kí ẹni gbọ́dọ̀ kí gbogbo wa ká sọ pọ̀ ká dìbò fún Tinubu. Who is Tinubu, by the way? Who is he? apààyàn a máa wí tẹ́ mọ̀ pé bàbá wa bàbá yìí mélòó orúkakú mọ bàbá ẹ̀ náà ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí mi ní apààyàn ní bàbá tèmi ò ń ṣàpààyàn. So tá a bá decide pé we are not going to support him or we are not supporting him, we have a reason. Gbogbo nǹkan ló nídìí. There is always a reason for everything. But you people supported him. So now look at you. I see they pay you. He they sweet me. Torí mo jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lára yín. I see they pay them. Ọmọ he they sweet me. I see they sweet me. He they pain them. I see they sweet me. He they pain them. Oh, I see they sweet me. He they pain them. I see they sweet me. He they pain them. Oh, I see they pain them. He they sweet me. I see they pain them. He they sweet me. I don't care láàrin èmi àti yín. Who is suffering today? Ṣé ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ̀ ń jẹ̀yà? Àbí ẹ̀rọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé irú èmi yìí àbẹ̀rẹ̀ bá wà kan máa dìde a máa àgbélébùú yẹn báwa la máa fight fún yín. We've tried our best, we did our best. I bring awareness, we brought our, that awareness. But you people are suffering, it is time for you to get up and fight for your right, fight for your freedom. Ẹ la fẹ́ dàlú. Ṣé ìlú ò ti dàrú mọ́ yín lórí báyìí? Ṣé kò dàrú mọ́ yín lórí? Talent who is suffering sin. Talent suffering sin. Who is suffering now? Talent jẹ̀yà ibẹ̀. Ṣé mi àbí wọ̀? Who? Is it me or you? You will pay for it. Olukaku ni cross. We all have our cross. We all have our problem. And you have to carry this cross alone. But we supported you people. We tried as much as possible to support you people. But ẹ̀rọ kó ló pọ̀ jù nínú yín. Wọ́n ní tí dé bá ń tò, wọ́n lọ mú àlè ibẹ̀ kò tí ì dàgbà ni. Wọ́n lọ́jọ́ tó bá ti dàgbà ọjọ́ ẹ̀ nílé yẹn máa dàrú. Àwọn mú àlè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n ti dàgbà. Ó jẹ́ síbẹ̀ sí ń dá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rú. Èyí tí òun ṣe Yorùbá ló pọ̀ jù nínú yín tó ṣe pé Fúlàní ni. Wọ́n jẹ́ orúkọ Yorùbá tó ń pretend pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n. But you actually, by blood, you are not Yorubas. Talent jẹ̀yà ibẹ̀. Talent tó ń kígbe ìrora. Talent, who is the person who is screaming now? Who is shouting for help? Who is shouting for favor? It is you Nigerians, not we in the diaspora. Not us in the diaspora. It's actually you guys. So it is you guys' problem. You got to sort out your problem yourself. Hey. Ogao. On this note, I am going to play this. This is Tinubu, who is not even capable. Who is not capable to be a president. He is not educated. He is not informed. And this is, he thought governing Nigeria as a whole is more of like the way he governed Lagos State, where he manipulated everything. That's simply not going to work because this is Nigeria. I'm going to play this. Let's hear this. Can you imagine? Ebi ń pa àwọn aráàlú. Ọmọ kékeré, ọmọ school nìyẹn o, ọmọ primary school. Ló ń pariwo Tinubu olè. Play. I'm going to play it again and hear it. And hear the voice of those children shouting, Tinubu ole, Tinubu ole. Àwọn kékeré, these are kids. These are youngsters. These are our future. They are our future. These are children. The future of tomorrow. Nigerian future, Yoruba future, Igbo future, Arewa future. These are the children shouting Tinubu ole. I'm going to play that once again. And let's hear. Can we hear that? Did we hear what those children just said? State and capital, Tinubu ole. That means he was a thief in the state. That means when he was the Lagos State governor, when he was the Lagos State, he was a senator in Lagos State before he became a governor. When he was a Lagos State senator, he was a thief. And then he became the Lagos State governor. He was a thief. And he continued to steal from Lagos State purse. And now he's at the capital, which is Abuja, at the federal level. So he's also a thief. That's state and capital. Tinubu ole. That means he was a thief, and he's still a thief at the state level. That's Lagos State, where he governed. And now he's at the federal level, which is the capital, Abuja. He is also a thief. So I'm going to play that once again. State and capital. Tinubu ole. State and capital. Tinubu ole. Tinubu ole. State and capital. State and capital. Tinubu ole. State and capital. 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 Tinubu ole. State and capital. Tinubu ole. Tinubu. Orí bá yí ẹ ṣe bàjẹ́. Tinubu orí bá yí ẹ ṣe bàjẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ ló ń pè ẹ́ ní olè, both at the state level and at the capital level. Do you not have shame? No epitome of shame in you. You forced yourself on Nigerians. You forced yourself on Yoruba. Using that slogan, Yoruba.com. Who says it's your turn? South turn. In the South, we've got different ethnic groups. We've got the Ibibio, we've got the Igbos, we've got Benin people, we've got all sorts of. So it does not necessarily have to be you. But since you managed to force your way in, you forced yourself on Nigerians, in particular on Yorubas. Just look at how God disgraced you. Just look at how God embarrassed you. You forced your way in, but God says, I'll leave you and let you force your way in, but it's God's time. Government tó bá lọ́gbọ́n lórí tó ṣe pé wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó ṣe pé wà strategic. That is why I'm employing you. You go and get an advisor who will advise you on the economy. Get an economist to study economist, who is an expert. Okay? This person will be able to advise you on macro environment and micro environment, both the micro and macro environments of the economy. Seriously, you need it. If you had had a good advisor, okay, you wouldn't have taken off the subsidy and not replace it with something else. And that will take us on to the next. Okay, soon after the government removed the subsidy, next thing to do it was people were still screaming, people are complaining, people were nagging, people are struggling. And what the government did next was to increase tuition fee, school fees, as you call it in Nigeria. Tuition fee. You call it school fees in Nigeria, but we call it tuition fee here. Both at the federal level and also secondary schools. Okay? And at secondary schools. So I'm going to check for that. If I have that with me, definitely I will share that with you. But I just have to search for it. I'm not sure if I have that. If I do, yes, I will share that with you. That is it on my screen. So I'm going to share that with you. Just bear me a second, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Bear me a second, and that is it. Let's look at this. Why Nigerians are actually suffering, why Nigerians are struggling. Many couldn't afford the high subsidy that has been taken off, which actually affected most Nigerians, I say, most Nigerians. And the government failed to actually replace that. You don't take out subsidy without replacing it with something. That is why the more reason why Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he needs an advisor. He needs an economist who can advise him of the macro environment and the micro environment. Honestly, if he had had a good advisor, he wouldn't have done what he did. There is actually nothing wrong in taking off the subsidy, but you have to replace it with something else. Èèyàn máa ń fi nǹkan dín nǹkan ni tó bá fẹ́ yọ subsidy, ògbọ́n nǹkan míì gbọ́dọ̀ ti wà nílẹ̀ tẹ́ máa fi replace ẹ̀ tí ò ní fa hardship fún àwọn Nigerians, tí ò ní fa hardship fún àwọn èèyàn, which Tinubu failed to do. Next thing he did was, after salary increment for politicians, he just went on and increased tuition fee, which is called school fees in Nigeria. Take for instance, look at this is from the Federal Ministry of Education, and this is secondary school. Secondary school, like command secondary school. Look at the tuition fee. They were paying 19,000. Now it's gone up to 100,000. The tuition fee is free. Boarding fee is 30,000. That's for students who are boarding in the school. Uniform is 25,000. Hey, Johnny Toriano, uniform. Okay, no running uniform. 25,000. The way we fair aṣọ coffee run uniform. Textbooks is 15. Exercise book is also 5,000. Prospects is 1,000. Caution fee is 1,000. ID card for the students is 1,000. Stationery 1,000. Clubs and society 1,000. Sports 1,000. Medical 2,000. Vocational 1,000. Utilities 1,000. Website result ICT 3,000. Kí ni nǹkan tí àwọn ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ fi gbogbo yẹn ṣe? Okay, school media is 3,000. Extra lesson 2,000. Insurance 5,000. Total 100,000. Can we imagine that? Just imagine that. Imagine this. This is the hardship Bola Ahmed Tinubu has brought on Nigerians. This is not how you do things. This is not how you manage an economy. You actually bastardize the economy of Nigeria. You made things worse. Government tó bá gbọ́n, tó bá yí ọ̀kan, á fi mi replace ẹ̀. Nígbà tẹ́ yọ subsidy, tẹ́ tún lọ, ẹ tún bọ́ sórí ẹ̀yin increase salary tara tiyín. What about workers? What about staffs? Àwọn workers tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín. Why didn't you increase their salary? Ṣe yẹn ṣùgbọ́n increase salary ẹ̀yin politicians. Ṣé bí good government ṣe ń ṣe leléyìí? From there, ẹ tún job. Wá bẹ́ ṣe máa, bẹ́ ṣe máa cover subsidy tẹ́ yọ. So láti reduce hardship that you brought on Nigerians. Ẹ tún lọ tún increase institution fee, both at the universities and secondary. Increase institution fee, university, federal universities. You did that. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ kọ́ ṣe survive? Ẹ wá dẹ̀ introduce student loan tí ò lè cover gbogbo nǹkan táwọn ọmọ yẹn máa lò. By the time tó máa fi yá, kò lè cover nǹkan kan. Àwọn ọmọ á ṣe tán, wọn ò ní rí, kò síṣẹ́. No prospect of getting a good job. There's not that prospect. Everything is just shallow. Everything is just rubbish now. Okay, so Nigerian at the moment is not functioning. That is the border. Okay, Abeokuta and Benin, a short border. Or your state, border Benin Republic, those borders were shut down. Those are the steps that the government took. Tinubu. It shows how stupid Tinubu is. It shows this guy is an idiot. It shows he is not educated. Because if you're educated or you have a good advisor that advises you on the economy, you wouldn't have done what you did. You should have there should be a measure in place. You should have put a measure in place to replace the subsidy you actually cancelled. You should have, those plans in place to make life better for Nigerians. But opposite is the case. You did nothing. All you did was the first thing was just changing this, changing that, passing these laws, changing the rules and regulation, increasing that. That was what you did. There was nothing you actually brought down. All you did was to increase everything. Ìjọba kan wà tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe. Ìjọba tó rí ẹ bá pé ṣọ́ máa ṣe báyìí ṣe. Ṣé ìjọba máa ṣe báyìí hùwà sí àwọn ọmọ ìlú? That is Benin Republic border, both at Lagos and Oyo State. You shut them down. You should have taken those measures. But your subsidy, for constitution fee, both at the university and secondary school. You know you are going to make life miserable for Nigerians. You put that flow wọlé. Tó flow wọlé, the price will drop. Bó ṣe work nínú management nìyẹn. Bó ṣe work nínú economy nìyẹn, both the macro environment and the micro environment, which is vital in economics, which is vital in the management of an economy. But opposite is the case. You made no effort. Locked and say rice on low. Rice is worth 50,000 per bag. 50,000 naira. Salary ẹlòmíì gan kò wọ 50,000 naira. Increase àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ increase salary. Àwọn bí ọlọ́pàá tó di ọ̀daràn mọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Tó di ọ̀daràn mọ́ àwọn Nigerians lọ́wọ́. Instead of you guys to increase their salary, you didn't increase their salary. Ìkọ́ra yẹn lọ fi mú àwọn citizens tó ń pa àwọn tó yẹ kó pa kó máa dá mọ́tò tó yẹ kó dá dúró tó ń dá dúró. Does that make sense? Is this how you manage an economy? Is this how you manage things? Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Oh, we have a stupid president. We have a stupid president whose IQ is so low, who is seriously sick in the head. He doesn't know what he's doing. He is not fit to be a president. Moreover, you didn't win the election. You were imposed on Nigerians. And we are seeing the consequence. Nigerians are suffering. Mo jèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lára àwọn kan. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ló kàn miscreant. Yorùbá ronú o, Yorùbá ló kàn miscreant. Who is suffering now? Who is feeling the pinch? Is it me? Is it us? Àwa tá gbọ́ òótọ́ dànù, ṣé àwa là ń fi ilẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí àbí ẹ̀yin nìyà yẹn jẹ? It's you guys. Kò ń ṣe àwa. Wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá dá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ láì jìyà ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Ọ̀run yàbọ̀, gbogbo wa ló máa yalé lórí. However, bó ṣe máa yalé olúkálùkù lórí ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ nítorí pé ìyà iṣẹ́ wa ó yàtọ̀. Àwọn kan wà tó gbọ́ òótọ́ dání, àwọn kan wà oníbi ni wọ́n, ìkà ni wọ́n. Àwọn ìkà nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ rìn kan gbà lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Olè tó fẹ́ jà, irú àwọn tó ń pera wọn ní bloggers, mi ìmẹ́ tó gbéṣẹ́ fún wọn. Wọ́n ń pera wọn ní Tinubu bloggers. Olè nítorí olè contract gbogbo àwọn kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Àti ẹ̀ láwọn kan tó ń pera wọn ní pastors, àwọn kan wà tó ń pera wọn ní pastors, àwọn kan wà tó ń pera wọn ní wòlíì, àwọn olè. Suddenly they just became Tinubu supporters, thinking they will get a contract lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Àwọn illiterate ìgbà tó ọ̀dọ̀ wà rí kankan gbà báyìí nísìnyí tó rí contract ìgbà tí káyé ti ní wọn lára, tí Tinubu ti fàyè ní gbogbo wọn lára, ìgbà tí Tinubu máa fàyè ní everybody lára ń sìn, kò separate gbogbo Nigerians náà. Àtàwọn tó dìgbò fún, àtàwọn tó dìgbò fún, àtàwọn tó wà against, àtàwọn tó support ẹ, everybody is suffering. You are all feeling the pinch now. Gbogbo yín ẹ wá ya wèrè sórí street. Ẹ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní complain. And complain. To who? Who are you people complaining to? You have to live with the consequence. Ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ ò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ kó má jìyà iṣẹ́. Nǹkan tẹ́ fà, ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ́ ibi, you are 80%. I would say you are 75%. Àwọn tó gbọ́ òótọ́ dání just 25%. Òun ló lè fi ráyè borí àwọn tó gbọ́ òótọ́ dání. Ṣùgbọ́n ìyà yẹn wá ti jẹlẹ̀, ó ti délẹ̀ sí. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń jẹ́ tó pọ̀ jù níbẹ̀. You guys are the ones suffering. So you better stop complaining. All you Facebook beggars, don't come on my homepage. Come on my bidding, continue unnecessary things. You'll be made to pay for what you people did. Yes. Only I gotta pay for you have to pay for it. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ ní pay fún. Okay? So that is it. As it pain you, it will sweet me. Oh, sweet irú èmi yìí báyìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Because I complain nígbà yẹn. You guys did nothing. Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe? In fact, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń bá àwọn èèyàn, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń ṣépè kiri fún àwọn èèyàn lórí social media. Anybody tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu báyìí, ẹ máa flag it down. Fake anybody sọ̀rọ̀. Just imagine that. Let's hear this. Let's play this. Oh yeah, let's play this. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni, ìyà yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Hey, ẹ jẹ́ pírígídì ìyà, ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Èyí lè tẹ̀ ń complain yìí.
Ọlọ́run kò dé wá lára ní Nàìjíríà. Bàbá fi abábẹ́rẹ́ polisi ATM lè ní máa sọ fún àwọn ọmọ kí wọ́n ti bọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n bí ìyàdá kókó owó gangan báyìí kókó fún wọn ní ẹnu machine kan èyàn bí yóò ṣe fún òun ṣàkàkù. Kí ló dé Ọlọ́run ara yìí ní ti pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n lá kútùbà tí bàbá wa ṣe lónìí. Ọlọ́run o, àwọn kan bẹ tí wọ́n ti dé rí ipò nísìn, wọ́n gbàgbé àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe wàhálà fún wọn. Wọ́n ń dìnáyà àwọn tí wọ́n káàkiri fún wọn. Wọ́n ń ṣàbúrú fáwọn tí wọ́n káàkiri fún wọn. Ẹlòmíì ò gbé kọ́ọ̀lù àwọn ẹlòmíì mọ́. Ọkàn ìyá ọ̀nà ò gbé mọ́. Àwọn tó gbé kọ́ọ̀lù wọn mọ́ òun náà wọ́n padà wẹ̀ ọ́, wọ́n sìn ọ́. Àwọn náà wọ́n gbé ọlọ́tẹ́. Wọ́n tún jẹ sàárà rẹ̀. Ẹ yí padà kẹ́ túlù iṣẹ́ ẹ má jà san oyè lásán. Ẹ má jà san oyè. Yóò wá jásí pé oyè lẹ́lòmíì, ipò lẹ́lòmíì ń wákò nílùú ti fẹ́ dà. Gbogbo ẹni tí ọba ní jẹ́ titi wa, tí ọba ní ṣàánú wa lérí gbogbo òpó tí wọ́n yàn yàn Ọlọ́run mọ́sàwọ́lá Jímọ̀ ní ọlọ́pàá wa flush ní wọn dà. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, Ọlọ́run flush wọn dà. Flush wọn dà. nígbà tí wọ́n tó jọ́jọ́ tó rọ́wọ́ náà mọ́ bàbá Gbajabiamila jẹ́ tó ń gara ṣe rà wọ́n jọ́jọ́ ọ̀ká pálẹ̀ sọ pé ebi ọlọ́run má fi ebi hàn án lè mọ̀ tán ọlọ́run kó ṣe kí ni kó flush ebi yìí ti pọ̀ jù ìnira yìí pọ̀ ọlọ́run mọ́sálà wà ń bẹ̀ gbẹ̀ni ọba lóhùn ó fa ìnira mú gbogbo àwa mẹ̀kúnnù Nàìjíríà ọlọ́run mọ́sà bá wa kú bí èlùbọ́ ọ̀la la ilaha illallah.
Okay, so that is it. You can just imagine that. Just look at the Alpha. Just look at the Imam or Alpha praying. That's in Surulere, in the mosque in Lagos State in Surulere. So just look at everybody complaining. When we told you guys, you will pay for what you guys did. We advised you, we heard you, we begged you, please do not vote Tinubu. But you insisted. Yoruba no, Yoruba no come. Yoruba no, Yoruba no come. My foot. Look at the Yoruba miscreants now complaining. I said it. I am going to play this clip again. And you tell to ṣe long torí owó tẹ́ máa rí nídìí bíbẹ̀ ni most of you should not support. Kò ṣe pé you actually love him. Kò ṣe pé bóyá ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa. Kò ṣe pé bóyá ẹ mọ̀ pé it is time for everybody to part ways. You people know this. But nítorí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ́ ń bẹ̀, I'm going to play this again and ma sọ̀rọ̀ lórí that particular part.
Ọlọ́run kò dé wá lára ní Nàìjíríà. Àbáfin abábẹ́rẹ́ polisi ATM lè ní máa sọ fáwọn ọmọ kí wọ́n ti bọ̀ ẹgbọ́n bí ìyàdá kókó owó gangan báyìí kókó fún wọn ní ẹnu máṣíìnì kan èèyàn ṣe fóun ṣàtàkù. Kí ló dé Ọlọ́run ara yìí ní ti pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n lá kútùbà tí bàbá wa ṣe lónìí Ọlọ́run o àwọn kan bẹ tí wọ́n ti dérí ipò nísìn wọ́n gbàgbé àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe wàhálà fún wọn. Wọ́n ń dìnáyà àwọn tí wọ́n ń káàkiri fún wọn.
Do we hear that? Àwọn kan wà tó ti dórí ipò lẹ́nìí. Wọ́n gbàgbé àwọn tó ṣe wàhálà fún wọn. Wọ́n gbàgbé àwọn tó káàkiri fún wọn. That means you people, ẹ̀yin kan tá ẹ ṣe, those of you that campaigned for Tinubu, you have your reason. It's not that you people you did it willingly. No, you did it on the condition that you are going to benefit from it. You did it on the condition that it's going to be profitable to you. So your selfish interest, it is your selfish interest, you people's selfish interest, you as an individual, you as a Nigerian, it's your selfish interest that made you do what you did. And you have to pay for what you did. You're already paying for it. Ebi ò tí ì pa yín, ìyà yín máa jẹ yín. Ìyà yín á jẹ yín débi wípé ẹ bú iyẹ̀pẹ̀. Ẹ máa bú iyẹ̀pẹ̀. Ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa gbá iyẹ̀pẹ̀. Ẹ máa jẹ bí bread. Kò tí ì wọ ara ni. Tó bá wọ̀ yín ní ara. You go out there and make your opinion known. You will go out there and protest. You will go out there and demonstrate. But right now, ó ṣe mú mọ́ra náà ṣe mú mọ́ra ìyà yẹn jẹ́ lórí gidi. Àlọ́ ìyà yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ ẹ̀yin ìka ẹ̀yin ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ ẹ̀yin 75% ẹ borí 25% tó dá láàrin wa ẹ̀yin èèyàn burúkú ẹ̀yin tẹ́jẹ́ 75% àárín wa ẹ̀yin lẹ́pọ̀ jù èèyàn burúkú èèyàn játijàti. Àwọn àgbà burúkú àwọn àgbà òṣì àwọn àgbà burúkú àwọn àgbà játijàti àwọn ọba burúkú àwọn ọba játijàti. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba lẹ gbowó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu tẹ́lẹ̀ support Tinubu lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́jẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé the best solution the only solution to Nigerian problem is this solution and you people know this. You should have supported your people but you chose to support Tinubu. Ayé gbogbo yín kọ́ ló bàjẹ́ báyìí ẹ wá dákẹ́ ẹ wá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé ayé yín ti ta ẹ mọ̀ gbogbo ẹ ti tán fún yín ẹ mọ̀ pé títí yín ti tán ẹ wá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. You people are no longer saying anything. You kept quiet. Ìyá ẹ máa jẹ yín ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Ṣé lára yín kọ́ lọ sọ pé ó lọ wọ márùwá àgbà tí ò rí owó tó máa fi rọwọ́ tó máa kò rí owó tó máa fi ra epo sínú mọ́tò ọlọ́lọ́wọ́ márùwá ó gbàbẹ̀ kú. Ṣé òun náà kọ́ nìyẹn? Ọba lápè yẹn o That's the king. Adẹ̀pẹ̀ yẹn ní ọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìyà yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Dédé tẹ̀ tẹ̀ ń náàgì tẹ̀ ń complain yẹn. Rárá, kò tí ì tó. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lọ. Ẹ̀yin ṣì ń complain. Ìjà yẹn ò tí ì tó sẹ̀. Ìjà yẹn máa jẹ́ yín dáadáa.
Ẹlòmíì ò gbé kọ́ọ̀lù àwọn ẹlòmíì mọ́. Ọkàn ìyá ọ̀nà ò gbé mọ́. Àwọn tó gbé kọ́ọ̀lù wọn mọ́ òun náà wọ́n padà wẹ̀ ọ́, wọ́n sìn ọ́. Àwọn náà wọ́n gbé olóté. Wọ́n tún jẹ sàárà rẹ̀.
You hear that? You hear that? Àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín nígbà tó campaign nígbà election yẹn fún yín tẹ́ ẹ̀ gbé kọ́ wọn máa náà lọ máa padà wá sí yẹn. Ó ti dọ́dọ̀ torí nǹkan tó pa yín pọ̀ náà ló máa tú yín ká. Nǹkan tó pa yín pọ̀ ló tú yín ká. Òṣì, ìranù, èké, ìwà ọ̀dàlẹ̀, nǹkan tó pa yín pọ̀ nìyẹn. Ó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ tú yín ká. Ìwọ tó lè bọ́ síta to support a politician. Or support politician because you believe there is something you are going to gain from it. There is something you will benefit from campaigning for a politician. You want to long campaign for politician mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan wà ńbẹ̀ fún ẹni. Ó rò pé Nigeria ti bàjẹ́ débi wípé kò sí solution mọ́. The only solution is the solution. Ṣùgbọ́n ó decide pé ó níwò yẹn nǹkan tó máa benefit nínú pé kò campaign fún olóṣèlú. Òun ló pè ẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí wàá ṣe tán ó ti wá bu yín lọ́wọ́. Ẹ wá complain. Why complain? Why complaining? Ẹ ní láti complain. Ẹni ìyà máa jẹ yín torí nǹkan tó pa yín pọ̀ òun náà ló máa tú yín ká. Wọ́n ti lò yín tán wọn ò dẹ̀ nídìí yín mọ́ wọ́n ti gbá yín sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Ìyà ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń pariwo Yorùbá ronú Yorùbá lókàn tẹ́ lọ campaign fún àwọn politicians including Tinubu. Ìyà yín ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Ẹ má ti ká ẹ má ti wọ ojú báyìí omi máa yá wò lójú yín báyìí. Omi in fact ẹ ti ká bọ ojú omi gan ní jáde lójú yín. Ìyà yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Eré tẹ̀ ń complain yẹn. Ìyà ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Ìyà ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Talẹ́ni tó wá ń dùjú sí ọ̀run yàbọ̀. Gbogbo wa ló ń yàbọ̀ wá bá. Ṣùgbọ́n ìyà máa jẹ bí orúkọ kò ṣe máa jẹ ìyà yẹn ó yàtọ̀ síra because ẹni tó gbé òótọ́ dánú Ọlọ́run ní fọwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀ kó jẹ́ ìyà yẹn tán. Ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ tó ṣe pé ó wà lára àwọn màdàrú ìdí kí nǹkan bàjẹ́ ìdí gbé jẹjẹjẹ ti tèmi èmi nìkan ló kàn. Ìyà tí ìwọ máa jẹ ló máa pọ̀ jù. Ẹ máa para yín gbẹ̀yìn ní gbogbo yín long campaign for politician ni. Ẹ máa para yín gbẹ̀yìn. Ẹ tí wọ́n ti lò yín tán wọn ò gbé fóònù yín mọ́. You are no longer relevant to them because they no longer need you. Ó yá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lọ.
Ẹ yí padà kẹ́ tún lu iṣẹ́ ẹ má já san oyè lásán. Ẹ má já san oyè. Yóò wá já sí pé oyè lẹ́lòmíì ipò lẹ́lòmíì ń wá bò nílùú ti fẹ́ dà. Gbogbo ẹni tí ó bá ní jẹ́ titi wa tí ó bá ní ṣàánú wa nínú gbogbo òpó tí wọ́n yàn yàn Ọlọ́run mọ́sàwọ́lá Jímọ̀ ní ọlọ́pàá wa flush ni wọ́n dà.
Here we go again. Ẹ ń gbàdúrà pé kọ́lọ́run bá yín flush ẹ̀ tí ò bá ro títí kọ́lọ́run bá yín flush. Ọlọ́run bá yín flush Tinubu. Tinubu wà lára àwọn tọ́lọ́run gbọ́dọ̀ flush. Gbogbo àwọn politicians ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó wà lára àwọn tọ́lọ́run gbọ́dọ̀ flush. Gbogbo àwọn ọba burúkú, àwọn ìkà, àwọn drug addicts, ọba onígbó, ọba onísìgá, àwọn ọba tó ṣe pé kò ń ṣe àfúnra wọn lọ́bọ́ sórí ìtẹ́ tó ṣe pé wọn ò wá láti ilé ọba kò ń ṣe fálóyún wọn gbogbo wọn yẹn ló máa suffer. Ẹ máa para yín gbẹ̀yìn ni. You people will kill yourself. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n ní iye ogún ọdún báyìí ló máa ń pẹ́ iye ogún ọdún ó máa ń ju kò pẹ́ mọ́ṣẹ́rí Ọlọ́run tá à ní ní sí Ọlọ́run tá à ń sìn nísìnyìí Ọlọ́run tó ṣe pé Ọlọ́run àtijọ́ ni kò ń sáré jà Ọlọ́run ìsìn ìgbà wo lẹ́ṣẹ̀ election ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ronú ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ló kàn ìgbà wo lẹ́ṣẹ̀ election lọ́ṣẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ election kan kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ what happened afterwards sufferness ló happen. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ó lè tán complain yìí hardship yẹn kò tí dé rárá ìyà yẹn kò tí dé because you people will suffer you people will pay for what you did àbí kò yẹ yín sìn àwakọ̀ tí wà nísìn àti ń jẹ ọ̀rọ̀ lára yín báyìí nítorí pé kí ni nígbà tá à ń sọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní ẹni wá ń hùn ẹni àwa lọ dalẹ̀ táwa lọ dalẹ̀ láàrin èmi àti yín sìn ẹ mọ̀ pé Nigeria is no longer sustainable. And you know the only solution to Nigeria is the solution. But you people chose to go the other way. Nítorí pé àtẹnujẹ, nítorí olè, torí ìwà wọ̀nbílíkì àti gbogbo àwọn tó ń pera wọn ní elder statesman. You elder statesman, ẹ̀yin àgbàyà òṣì, ẹ̀yin àgbà burúkú ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin politician burúkú. Tó ṣe pé ẹ fi tàwọn ti tèèyàn yín ẹ fi sọ́kàn gbogbo yín wá dákẹ́ ayé yín sì wá bàjẹ́ Tinubu ti bà ayé yín jẹ́ ó ti bà yín balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́ jùpà náà kò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà kò ń ṣe Yorùbá nìkan ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ó bà ayé yín jẹ́ ẹ wá ń complain tánà ẹ complain fún ṣáà ní ká wá gbà yín lẹ̀ ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ìyà yẹn máa jẹ yín ó máa jẹ á jẹ yín débi pé á jẹ gbogbo orí yín á jẹ gbogbo ọpọlọ yín á jẹ wọnú ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ á máa gbọ́ lọ.
Sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kọ́nà fúláṣì wọn dà fúláṣì wọn dà nígbà tí wọ́n tó jọ́jọ́ tó rọ́wọ́ náà mọ́ bàbá gbàjà mí àmì làjọ tó ń gara sí wa wọ́n jọ́jọ́ ọ̀ká pálẹ̀ sọ pé ebi ọlọ́run má fẹ́ bí hàn án lè mọ̀ tán ọlọ́run kó ṣe kí ni kó fúláṣì ebi yìí ti pọ̀ jù ìnira yìí pọ̀ ọlọ́run mọ́sálà wa ń bẹ̀. Gbẹ̀ni ọba lọ́wọ́ fọ ìnira mú gbogbo àwa mẹ̀kúnnù Nàìjíríà ọlọ́run mọ́sà bá wa kú bí èlùbọ́. Ọ̀la la ilaha illallah.
Yeah, so that is it. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. You people complaining. You people have just started. You've not seen anything. Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú bí ẹ̀rín. Wọ́n ní iye ogún ọdún ló máa ń pẹ́ jù. Ìwọ Ọlọ́run àwa má rìndì ní ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run. You can see how irresponsible Tinubu is. He doesn't have a good advisor. Okay? And your subsidy, one, because your subsidy, there must be a plan in place. In Kotomafi replace subsidy. Was he prepared for that? Was he ready for that? No. It shows how stupid he is. It shows the level of his IQ. He does not have a good advisor. And I thought so around there. I want to see money. Contest. Why? Not because they really love him. Not because they really want him to be the president. But they actually advised him to go and contest. Why? Because of what they are going to benefit from him. That is it. Nǹkan tó lùkà kó máa jágbà ló ń wá. Kò sẹ́ni tó wo future ọmọ wọn. Kò sẹ́ni tó wo future your unborn children. No one is looking at that. Ẹ wá dé gbogbo ẹ wá dé lẹ́sìn ẹ wá ń complain. Complain for who? Complain for who? Tàlẹ́ wá ń complain fún. That will take us on to our next topic. You know, so it should be a lesson to everyone. What I believe, God wants to use this as a lesson fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin 75% ẹ̀yin ìkà. Then jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ àwọn 25% àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó campaign títí tó bẹ̀yìn títí jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ wọn hàn. Ọlọ́run fẹ́ fi eléyìí ó fẹ́ fi kọ́ yín ní ọgbọ́n ni. Nísìnyí yẹn ti mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ó ti bàjẹ́. The only solution to Nigeria is dissolution, not election. You see, yet one month. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. Tinubu ṣe débẹ̀ kò tí ju 3 months lọ. Bag of rice is 50,000. Come on. Láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ mélòó, ó ti epo tẹ́ ṣe ń pariwo yóò máa di 1,000. Tọ́tún tó pariwo máa wọ 1,000. Epo tí gbogbo yín parí yẹn, tẹ́ pariwo yẹn. Ṣé bóun ni gbogbo yín ẹ̀rín kiri lórí títì? Ibo lẹ fẹ́ rìn dé salary ẹlòmíì gan wọ 50,000. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ Tinubu doesn't care about you. Ṣebí salary tiẹ̀ ló ti lọ sókè òun àtàwọn politician 114%. Official salary of Tinubu was 3.5 million till the day he was elected. Ọjọ́ tó lọ increase owó yẹn tó increase salary òun àtàwọn politicians, just the politicians, by 114%. Ọjọ́ ẹni salary was 7.4 million. Senators, for each senators, I have showed that on the screen. Senator kọ̀ọ̀kan ó ń gba 25 million every month. So ẹ wá fi 114% increase ẹ fi kún. Èló ló máa jẹ́? How much will that be? Omi pe senator mi àwọn tó máa gba 51 million ló máa gba jáde every month. Monthly ni wọ́n sọ yẹn o. Monthly. Àwọn tó yẹ kó fún ní salary increase wọ́n fún wọn. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá gbogbo àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn tó ń dá wà lálẹ́ ọlọ́pàá army àwọn tó yẹ kó increase owó wọn yẹn wọ́n increase just for politicians both at the state level and at the federal level. So you can see that the government doesn't care about you. Kò sí nǹkan tó kàn government if you are okay or not okay bó bá ń kú lọ bó kú lọ kò sí nǹkan tó kàn àtẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ẹ láì campaign fún everybody lọ́jọ́ kópa àgbọ̀ àtẹni tó campaign o àtẹni tí ó campaign àtẹni tó support àtẹni tí ó support àtẹni tó vote fún àtẹni tí ó vote fún Tinubu gbogbo yín lọ́jọ́ kópa pọ̀ sí gbogbo yín kọ́lẹ́jọ́ ń sọ́fà sí. Ṣé ẹ rí pé Tinubu kò yà yín sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan? Just look at the caliber of president you have. I am going to play another clip here. Bear me a second. I'll play that clip. And this was the older person tó sọ̀rọ̀ jáde kó tó di pé wọ́n dìbò tó sọ pé tẹ́ bá dìbò fún APC wàhálà ló máa dálẹ̀ sí yín lọ́rùn. But none of you people listened to this pastor. All you did was ẹ̀ ń ṣépè fún ẹni ẹlẹ́ni. Ẹ̀ ń ṣépè fún ẹni ẹlẹ́ni. Ẹ sọ oríṣiríṣi. Ọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni kò support Tinubu kò ṣe kíní kan which is totally wrong, you see. But now gbogbo yín lẹ pay, you're all paying for it. You're paying for the consequence of what you people have done. So you better live with it. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ live pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. So I'm going to play that. I'm just searching for that. I'm searching for it. So we are going to play that. I'm going to play that, and I hope you hear that. Just bear me a second. Let's play
I
this.
don't say anyone should not insult me or reproach me. I fear no human being as our God has spoken.
Nigeria will vote APC in 2023.
Nigeria will vote APC in the year 2023. You are experiencing this time now.
Oh, just bear me a second. I'm going to bring that up again.
You see a more tougher and tougher. You want to eat human being like food. As the God has spoken. As the living God has spoken. I don't say no one should trade. I don't if you belong to APC. All you say don't go and I told us in the year 2015 that look at it. You want to vote for lie. If you vote for the party that has broom as their core. I pity churches. The hunger that was for you.
Now, that is it. Nígbà tí man yìí tó sọ revelation yẹn gbà yẹn, mo rántí bí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ṣe attack. This man was actually attacked. This pastor was attacked. Wọ́n pè lọ́mú àlè Yorùbá nítorí pé kò support Tinubu. Ṣé kò support Tinubu àbí nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run fi hàn ni kò sọ? Why we know some pastors ó ti parọ́ ẹlòmíì ní kò ní sí election. We know there were election. Àwọn kan ní election máa wà ṣùgbọ́n Tinubu ò ní win. Àwọn yẹn ṣì right àwọn tó ní election máa wà ṣùgbọ́n kò ní win. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé Tinubu didn't win this election. Okay? He forced himself on Nigerians. He forced his way through. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé he didn't win the election. We know that. So àwọn tó ṣì sọ yẹn, àwọn tó review pé election máa wà ṣùgbọ́n Tinubu kò ní win. They are right. Tinubu didn't win the election. We have to be honest with ourselves. Officially, kò win it. Okay? Àwọn lágbọ́n oní nǹkan tí mo play jáde ń sìn, òun lágbọ́n nǹkan tí máa nìyí tí pastor yìí ń sọ. Wọ́n ní ọmọ àlè ni. This was the pastor tó sọ gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ ní time yẹn before the election. Everything is accurate, 100% accurate. Kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí? Ó ní tẹ́ bá vote APC, ó ní ìyà yẹn máa jẹ yín. Ó ní ẹ̀rí òkúta ẹ máa pè ní oúnjẹ. Ẹ tí rí kankan 3 months ṣe ní Tinubu ṣì lò Wàláì, wo fẹ́ wo bẹ́ ṣe máa celebrate Christmas. Ìyà yẹn á jẹ. Àfi ẹni tó bá ṣe kó fi ọkàn kan ṣe, tó fi òótọ́ ṣe, nìkan ni ìyà ò ní jẹ. Tẹ́ bá jẹ́ nú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ronú Yorùbá ló pọ̀ yẹn, ìyà yẹn máa jẹ yín. Á jẹ yín tó ṣe pé ìkángun á jẹ ọpọlọ yín. Ikán á jẹ, ìdun á jẹ ọpọlọ yín níbi tí ìjà yẹn máa jẹ yín dé torí pé ìkà ni yín. Effort gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ 25% inú wa tó ṣe wàhálà títí just to make you people realize that no, the only solution to Nigeria is the solution. Ẹ dẹ̀ kọ̀ nítorí pé nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ, nítorí ìwà wọ̀nbìlíkì, nítorí ìwà olè, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ọmọ àlè. Wọ́n ní tí ilé bá ń tò, ọmọ àlè bẹ̀ ni kò tí dàgbà. Àwọn ọmọ àlè tó ti wá dàgbà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n ti wá pọ̀ jamburata, wọ́n ti pọ̀ burúkú tó ṣe pé they need to be flushed out lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn. Olè, ìwà olè, ẹ wá pariwo. Tí ní kankan. You can see how stupid your president is. He doesn't have a good advisor. Tó bá ṣí border, open the border, gbà tó ti yọ subsidy, ṣí border kó jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ máa flow. Tó ń jẹ́ bá flow, ó máa reduce cost. Rice yẹn sìn. Rice is a commodity tá à ń jẹ jù Nàìjíríà. Especially àwa Yorùbá, à ń jẹ rice bíi kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Nígbà tó bá ṣí border yẹn, tó ń jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa flow, ó máa jẹ́ kó reduce. In fact, ó máa bring down inflation. Ó máa reduce rice. Ó máa reduce it. But ó yọ subsidy. Kò fi nǹkan mi replace subsidy tó yọ. Next thing, ó tún increase school fees. Ó yọ subsidy. Then ó wá increase the salary of politicians. You can see how stupid this president is. How gullible he is. There will level IQ. Okay, next thing is what? To increase the school fee, tuition fee, school fees, secondary school and federal universities and polytechnics. Okay? So you are making it even harder for Nigerians to survive. Ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó le bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, kó gbogbo measures yẹn wọlé. Kí ni nǹkan tó fi ń replace gbogbo kìíní yẹn? Ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan tó ṣe pé ó máa fi ease and make life comfortable and make life convenient for Nigerians. Ṣe yẹn, ó kàn gbé hardship, more hardship. Ẹ wá sọ pé ó fẹ́ràn yín. Ẹ̀yin gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ campaign fún dàtẹ́ sọ pé ó fẹ́ràn yín. Ṣé ó increase salary tẹ̀yìn báyìí? Ṣé ó increase salary yín? Àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pera yín láṣíwájú bloggers Iran. Ṣé ó ti fowó kún salary yín? You're all idiots. Tí ò bá ti yé yín. And that's going to take us to the next. Ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀, ìyá yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. Better stop complaining. That's going to take us to the next. And we are going to discuss the recent activities in Africa generally, ECOWAS, Niger. Now I'm going to talk briefly on that. I'm going to share some things with you. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show some things and I'm going to play those things. I'm wípé Africa, our countries kan wà tó colonize, and which is the UK, France, Portugal, àwọn ìlú tó colonize wọn, Germany colonize ìlú kan. I'm wípé France has been very, very they have been unhelpful. Country to colonize. So I'm going to bring up something. Gbogbo country tí France colonize, wo agreement this France is signing pẹ̀lú wọn, and France made it compulsory. But yes, these people, if you want your freedom, yes, you want your independence, you have to sign this. France ṣe débi wípé gbogbo reserve bank French-speaking countries in Africa, France ló wà. They don't have their own reserve bank. Gbogbo owó wọn, 80% owó wọn, 100% owó wọn, 20% ló lè withdraw, 80% ó dúró sí reserve bank France, which tá máa pè ní central bank in Nigeria. You call the central bank in Nigeria. Bó ṣe rí gangan nìyẹn. Are we getting me? Bó ṣe rí gangan ó nìyẹn. So that is what I'm going to bring up for you. So one of those, agreements, those French-speaking countries, really affecting those countries. Wọ́n lè grow. Ó lárí pé bí ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti Mali. Going to almost 2 years ago. Just 1.5 years ago. Bí Mali ṣe walk our French forces, walk them out of the country. They cancelled French as their main language. Their reserve bank is now withdrawn. We've seen how Mali partnered with Russia. Russia. Africa is a rich continent. Kò sí nǹkan tá a ní ní Africa. I need uranium. I need epo. Talk of anything, we have the bitumen and so on and so forth. So Africa, or just Africa, when Africa will breathe more, the world is going to be sick. In Europe, I live in Europe. They have nothing here. They have no mineral resources. They have no mineral resources. No mineral resources, but they are surviving. They were all taken from Africa. They resources, they are not benefiting, they are not enjoying their resources. It comes down to leadership. Leadership and what I'm leaders were our politicians were. I have said that the problem of Africa is leadership. And you have all these colonizers. Resources, we had enough, including the leaders, including the citizens. We had enough. Enough is enough. There is nothing they can do. Only to play out in West Africa in particular. He went on, and then he went on to recently. I'm going to bring up something. I'm going to read just to bring about the awareness. Agreement in France to long sign it our French-speaking country to make life miserable for those people. So I am going to bring that up. I'm going to bring that up right now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so just bear me a second, and we are going to read it together. And you see how complicated it is. Agreement in here. It's like one hold one often one let me. They have no right to their own currency. Now let's look at this. The 11 agreement French-speaking countries signed with France. 11 agreements, they signed with France, one after their independence. So we have 14 French-speaking countries in Africa. And these were the agreement France made them to sign. So I'm going to start with one. That is colonial debt to repay the benefits of colonization. Share àwọn colonize France tó fi di pé àwọn náà wá ń sanwó fún France. They are paying for France. France colonize àwọn. Ṣebí France ló yẹ kó sanwó àwọn kan bí repatriation and so on and so forth, because they are the one that colonized these countries. But opposite is the case. Àwọn náà sanwó fún France. And that will take me on to the next. And the next is number 2 agreement, automatic confiscation of national finance reserve. Automatic confiscation of national reserve. They have no power over their whole central bank. France no dominated. Their central bank is controlled by France. One low currency CFA. That CFA belongs to France. So they don't have their own reserve bank. Reserve bank, these 14 countries is based in France. Reserve bank, France non law. So automatic, you can hear that word, automatic confiscation. Unconfiscated, that means any trade going in, coming out, any profit or whatsoever, it goes straight to France. Not to them. You just imagine that. Can we imagine that? And these countries are suffocating. These countries are suffocating. They can no longer take these things. Okay, next one is, so that means all their monetary policies is actually regulated by France. Just imagine any president, you have a president of a state. He does not have a say. And I'm going to mention these countries. So we have got Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Togo, Cameroon, Central Republic, and then we've got Chad, and we've got Congo, and we've got Equatorial Guinea and Gabon. Those are the countries. So France ó ti fún wọn ní ọ̀fun. France ti mú ọrùn wọn ti dé báyìí. So they cannot do anything without permission from France. And that will take me on to the next, which is the third agreement. The right of first refusal on any raw or natural resources discovered in the country. The right of first refusal. So that means any natural resources tó bá find lórí ilẹ̀ àwọn people yìí, these countries tí mo dárúkọ yìí, okay, wọn ní right láti lọ tà fún any country. First, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ partner with France. They need to get that permission from France for them to be able to trade with another country. Just imagine that. And birawa pé kí ló dé tí coup ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní French-speaking countries in Africa. And one reason tí coup ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn. If you are a leader, you are a president in those countries, tó ti suffocate yín, àwọn èèyàn yín pọ̀ sí. France and the Western countries, America, Europe, gbogbo wọn, they are living on your mineral resources. Èyí tẹ́ dẹ̀ ní mineral resources yẹn bí aṣálẹ̀ lè ṣe ń live. They move, you are suffering poverty. Kò sí ní 2017. I live in the UK. Mi wà home 24 hours. Kò kọ́tìrì, kò mistakenly kọ́tìrì. Ṣé ìyẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Africa? Ṣó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Africa? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní mineral resources, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní uranium. Ṣó ń ṣẹlẹ̀? So we have other countries actually exploiting your raw materials, exploiting your mineral resources. You as the holder benefit. That will take me on. Let's go on. That will take us on. So, and next is the fourth is priority to French interests and companies in public procurement and public tenders. That means anything our countries in Yabashi as regarding economies, economic, development of the economy, they have to actually do it with France before they consider any other country. So if we say Mali wants to trade, Mali has to do it with France, negotiate with France first, and other country will come as secondary. So that means France will always be the first. And the second, and the fifth one is exclusive right to provide military equipment and training military officers in the colony. Kapari, teba lọ́rùn ẹni tó bá wò dáadáa, France, ó jẹ́ ìlú kan tó ṣe pé a máa rí pé those countries tó colonizing yẹn, wọ́n ní àwọn forces wọn bẹ̀, wọ́n ní ní Mali, wọ́n ní ní Niger, wọ́n ní ní gbogbo talk of any other country, gbogbo country tó colonize there, they have their forces there. So ìwọ tó bá ṣe pé country tó ṣe pé you are colonized by France, ní lọ ra ammunition ní ìlú bòmí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ bá France trade náà. Ẹ máa wo àṣẹ tí ẹ wo agbára tí France gbé, tí France ní lọ́wọ́. Now ask yourself, there are 11 agreements. Márùn mo ti kà jáde yẹn, mi ti kà other 6. Now ask yourself, if you are from a French-speaking country, you are colonized by France, báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ cope with gbogbo hardship yìí náà? Ní gbogbo agreement yẹn, France actually imposed it on them. They share nǹkan without us. You cannot do this without us. You cannot do this without us. We have to consent to this. We have to. Deputy Reserve Bank. Book my countries in the Reserve Bank. Reserve Bank. Book my countries there. France ló wà. SEFA. Tọ́n powó. Nǹkan tọ́n tajáde o. Owó tọ́n kú gbà yín o. France ló lọ. Tó bá tún wá lọ. Tó bá ò ní ìdówó. Táwọn fẹ́ withdraw owó àwọn ní báǹkì ní Reserve Bank. France, they can only withdraw 80%. Yìí tó kù, ó dúró sort of. Ó dúró sí France. 75%. Tó bá fẹ́ gbà more than that 20%, one needs special permission from France, from Reserve Bank. France, can you imagine that? Oh, I mean, what's about independent? There's no independent. I don't see that. I don't. Me already independent, yeah. That's not independent. They cannot do anything without the consent of France. You can see how paralyzed care will be France to paralyze our people who won't reserve or do France. I want complain, coup. Why won't there be coup? Why would there be but that is starve one and to do it one year one you see one year and one complain and you people are complaining? No. I mean, we shouldn't complain. In fact, our people here in DOA, I'm going to go on to the next, which is right for France to deploy troops and intervene militarily in the country to defend their interests. Onamari of recent, say Macron to say France might deploy, France might defend the interests here in Niger. Who the hell in France? Who the hell are they? Qui compte faire defend? Yeah, now France the law, okay, I'm lucky law on you. France in by uranium, lower Niger. And it's your mama uranium. Uranium is a very scarce commodity. Our country turning mineral resources here, they are few. Uranium, can you cotton for uranium? Uranium, long lot of produce electricity. Can you cotton for uranium? Uranium, Larry, toffee produce bomb, but on lot of destroy Agbaye. Toffee one destroy toffee Babubaye Jakiri, Western, all these Western countries. Ton lot of Babubaye. Our warhead, bombs, ton drop, ton fighter jet, ton drop. Ammunition, ton what ring, don't explode. Anything to explode is made from uranium. So you can see how important that commodity is, and you can see how scarce the commodity is. So just imagine without those commodities, this Western country will collapse. Unless any France don't let it, defend the interest one. That means we offer community wale, mineral resources, Niger Republic, can you just look at that bunker mentality. This country have their independence, but it's more of like they have no independence. The way they are controlled by France. What about that cage? Look at Niger. Niger is a neighboring country to Nigeria. Okay? Now, 70% of their electricity, Nigeria not in. Country don't produce, country don't need natural resources. Uranium don't produce electricity. They cannot produce their own electricity themselves. Just imagine that. African leaders, they are caused. They are caused. And when the problem can they have to go. About the law. Okay, now, countries like Mali, countries here won't fight terrorism. Look at Niger. Niger will allow our country to help Nigeria. New Europe, Boko Haram, don't fight terrorism. Terrorism means and like I said, I've just read that agreement. France in military base. Only military base in Niger. Military base turning here. Every time, terrorists in here to want to cut count they come out to check could bomb. Our prime minister so no coffee won't see there. Why to change? I want to bother you don't disturb you don't get any peace. Why tell you military can handle? Why? That means the prime minister is getting an order from the French. Order. President is there to overthrow ye. Order like France. France are also for coffee won't see there. Come up by terrorists. So which means it's deliberate. Dirty France is financing terrorism in Africa. They are financing terrorism in Africa. I mama give order for terrorists. That means terrorists gone from day one. And for our plant our people here see there. Why? Nítorí pé kọ́lé rí. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ibikíbi tí ìjà bá ti ń lọ, ibi tí ogun bá ti ń lọ, bí ogun bá ṣe ń lọ, làwọn Western countries yìí, wọ́n máa wọ ìlú tó bá ṣe bá jẹ́ pé àwọn ìlú tó ṣe pọ́n ní mineral resources, wọ́n máa jí àwọn mineral resources yẹn. Because ọjọ́ tó gun yẹn bá stop, wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ò ní lè rí mineral resources kó, ọ̀ ní lè rí kó mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n tó gun yẹn bá ń lọ, tó ká kún sáfẹ́ mi ara ẹ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó ní nǹkan tó ń lọ, àwọn máa kó mineral resources yẹn, wọ́n máa jí gbé. Now, 75% uranium, electricity, tí France ń lò tó fi ń ṣe bomb wọn. Like I said, uranium yẹn ló ń lò tó fi ń ṣe bomb gbogbo àwọn fighter jets tẹ́rí tó ń bomb tó gbogbo nǹkan tó ń explode lẹ́ni, they are all made from uranium. Okay, 75% France wá fún Niger Republic ní chicken change. Commodity tó scarce bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Uranium yàtọ̀ sí epo, ó yàtọ̀ sí oil and gas. Àwọn ìlú tó ní oil and gas pọ̀, but uranium few countries ló ní. Òun ló ṣe jẹ́ kó dàbí ẹni wípé nígbà tí Niger tó overthrow government yẹn, lẹ ṣe rí àwọn western country tó yá wèrè. Because kí ló mọ̀? Wọ́n mọ̀ pé yes, àwọn máa suffer. Commodity yìí ó yàtọ̀. Ẹ wo ìgbà tí Madi tó overthrow government wọn. Kẹ́ rí pé wọ́n wulẹ̀ bìkítà kan rẹpẹtẹ lórí mineral resources mélòó ló wà ń bẹ̀. Mineral resources wọn gbà tí Burkina Faso náà ṣe títí ẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé France ò fi taratara bìkítà. Kí ló dé tó ṣiṣẹ́ pé ìgbà tó di Niger Republic ni France yarí tó ya wèrè tó sọ pé àwọn máa defend the interest àwọn. Kí dẹ̀ ní interest wọn tó máa defend? Báwo ló ṣe máa defend it? I have just read out that agreement. Wọ́n máa deploy military. Kó wá invade Niger. Wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. So imagine that. Nǹkan tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ nǹkan tá à ń rí nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ ọmọ ìlú tẹ́ ní mineral resources yẹn. Àwa ní external body, we have external countries. Wọ́n wá use up mineral resources yẹn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ní gangan níná. Country mi ló ń supply yín níná. Very wretched country. Everybody know pé Niger is the poorest country on this planet. Kò sẹ́ni tí ò mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ irú èmi mọ̀ pọ̀ ní uranium until ìgbà tó overthrow the prime minister or the president. Mo mọ̀ pé yeah, goodness, what's going on? Ṣé pé ìlú yìí ní uranium? What a rich commodity, very scarce commodity. Ó yàtọ̀ sí oil and gas. Àwọn ìlú tó ní oil and gas pọ̀ kiri. Uranium is very scarce. Hey, imagine kí America kó máa produce bomb mọ́. Báwo la mẹ́rin ṣe bí nǹkan tó fi ń jẹ́ kó máa feel pé àwọn làwọn dominate health nìyẹn, àwọn làwọn control the world. Why? Not because of those things. Not even knowing pé gbogbo àwọn resources tó fi ń ṣe gbogbo kiri yẹn, they got it from Africa. Can you imagine that? Wọ́n lè fẹ́ wá invade nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe ní Libya, tẹ́ dá Libya lò tí pé Libya ò balance dè ní ẹ tún fẹ́ wá destabilize the Niger Republic. How? Because of uranium. Ẹni gbogbo àwọn western country wọ́n yá wèrè ni. Wọ́n overthrow government yẹn and means they are benefiting. Ẹ máa ra uranium yẹn, ẹ máa sọ chicken change. So, ó mọ̀ pé prime minister yẹn àbí president tó yọ yẹn sí, ó favour àwọn western countries yẹn nítorí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe fẹ́ yàwé lọ́ṣẹ́ yìí sì pé kọ́ dà padà. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé bí military ṣe bọ́ síbẹ̀ báyìí sí yẹn, wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò lè sí àyè yẹn mọ́. So, can you imagine? You can just imagine game tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́, game Ukraine and America tó wà tó ń lọ níbẹ̀ yẹn, òun ló ti gbé wọ Africa. They want to destabilize Africa. So, in Temio, you don't blame these African countries, these French colonized countries. They want to have their freedom. They are strangled by France, and it is time they liberate themselves. If they don't liberate themselves, those countries will not develop. One need to develop. Look at Niger, very poor, very poor. It's a neighboring state to Nigeria. Báwo lè ṣe máa ní uranium tá they produce electricity fún ara yín? Àṣé àwọn other countries no exploit wọn tó ń kó lọ for ọmọ fún wọn ní chicken change. Yeah, so it is time for Africa to liberate themselves. So what happened? Nǹkan tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí gbogbo kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀, wọ́n wá fẹ́ lo Tinubu. Just like bí America ṣe ń lo Zelensky ni president of Ukraine, tó ṣe ń lo Zelensky against the America, táwọn European Union, and we have the UK and Western countries yẹn tó ń lo Zelensky against the Russia. Gbogbo àdàmọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ukraine nìsín, wọ́n ti destroy Ukraine beyond repair, wọ́n ti destroy Ukraine beyond imagination. Kò sẹ́ni tó expect it. In the next 100 years, mi ò rò bẹ́ẹ̀ Ukraine máa tí ogun yẹn bá tiẹ̀ lè dákẹ́ báyìí sí. In the next 100 years, mi ò rò bẹ́ẹ̀ Ukraine máa recover because the whole country is flattened. Wọ́n ti flatten gbogbo country yẹn. Òun lè wá fẹ́ gbé wọ Africa. Òun lè fẹ́ wá ṣe ní ìgbà tẹ́tí dá Libya tó ti affect gbogbo wa Africa. Now you want to destabilize Niger. Ẹ fẹ́ destabilize the whole of West Africa. Àwọn fẹ́ lo Tinubu wá lọ fẹ́ lò. Now, do not forget pé mo ti sọ pé Tinubu is an idiot. He's not educated. Certificate tó ń gbé dání kiri tó ń pariwo pé Tinubu, he belongs to a lady. Obìnrin kan ní America tó lọ sí Chicago University. Obìnrin yẹn ló ń jẹ́ Bọ́lá Tinubu. Okay? Obìnrin yẹn wá kú. Òun wá ní Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ló lọ lò tó wá ń forge tó ń sọ pé òun ni ẹni yẹn. Ẹni tó ń jẹ́ Bọ́lá Tinubu gangan tó lọ sí University of Chicago was a lady. The lady died. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu tó ń pariwo kiri pé òun study accounting here. He's all lies. Tinubu is not educated. Tinubu kò attend the university. Tinubu is not educated. So can they wo hooligan tẹ vote gbogbo ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ronú Yorùbá ló kàn ẹ wo ẹni tẹ vote tí gbogbo yín lọ dìbò fún as the president. Though we know he didn't win the election, it was actually forced on us. It was imposed on Nigeria. He forced his way in. So we all know he didn't win the election anyway. So ẹ lè máa wo irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ jàgídíjàgan, agbèrò, drug lord, òun lẹ lò tẹ fi ń ṣe president. Are you people not ashamed of yourself, Nigerians? Are you not ashamed? Ṣé irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ fẹ́ kó lọ máa ẹni tí ò lè dìde dúró dáadáa, irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ fẹ́ kó lọ máa represent yẹn tó ti wà dementia guy, òun lẹ fẹ́ kó lọ máa represent yín. So and I'm going to play some clips. So bọ́rọ̀ Niger Republic bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Òun wá gọ̀ bí pé Tinubu is uneducated. You can see how stupid he is. It shows the level of his IQ. IQ ẹ̀ ó low because tí Tinubu bá jẹ́ ni tó gbọ́n ni tó mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ni kò ní jẹ́ káwọn Western countries kan lò òun. Ó fẹ́ jẹ́ kí wọ́n lo Nigeria as a staging stone tó máa fi attack Niger. Tó bá jẹ́ ti attack Niger, ó lè rò bẹ́ẹ̀ pé Niger ló ń bá jà. Irọ́ ni o, Russia ló ń bá jà. Because Russia ló back gbogbo àwọn countries. These countries liberating themselves in Africa, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and some other countries, they are backed by Russia. Exactly nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní between Russia and Ukraine. Òun náà ló tún fẹ́ play out in Africa. Being that you have a gullible president, an idiot as a president. Ó wá fẹ́ jẹ́ two táwọn Western countries, America, the UK, the France, and I'm going to France ló ti lọ gba treatment. France ló ti lọ gba treatment. Ìyẹn òun ló wá fẹ́ lò. Yeah. Now you are the president of ECOWAS. Oh yeah, ṣe báyìí. Do this. Ó wá fẹ́ kó orí burúkú yẹn, ó fẹ́ fi kó bá Nigeria tó ṣe pé we have so many problems there. I need Boko Haram problem. I need bandits problem. And now kidnappers problem. We have, jobs are not available. Everything, inflation is on the rise. It's just uncontrollable. People are dying. People are suffering. There is hardship, and the country is not stable. Ó wá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìlú tó ń face gbogbo nǹkan tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ wá fẹ́ jẹ́ kó lò ẹ́. Ó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó lò Nàìjíríà kó fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. So you saw what happened throughout the whole week. Gbogbo last week here, we saw how everybody complained. Àwọn kan tó jẹ́ supporters ẹ̀ wọ́n bínú sí, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ jáde. They were angry with it. Nígbà tó jẹ́ sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ deploy, they want to deploy a force, often attack in Niger and this and that. We all saw how people reacted. Then we have some African countries that came to Niger's help. They supported Niger. Mali, Burkina Faso. Which other country? Bear me a second. Let me just look at that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There is another. Let me just bring that up. Bear me a second. So we have some countries that are actually supported. So we have Burkina Faso, one. We have Mali, which supported Niger Republic. We have Libya. So we have Senegal. So we have some other countries as well that actually put out a statement and said, if Niger Republic is attacked, they believe they attack as well. So as a result of that, they are going to come to the support of Niger Republic. And they didn't come to share it. last week. Bí gbogbo kìíní yẹn ṣe lọ lọ́wọ́, a rí bí Nàìjíríà ṣe sọ pé òun máa wá attack Niger Republic, àwọn ECOWAS gbé àwọn máa kó forces wọlé. A rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. The president of Burkina Faso, who is the youngest president in Africa, is just a 33-year-old guy. A rí nǹkan tó ṣe. Ó fly lọ sí Russia, ó jẹ́ lọ bá Russia sọ̀rọ̀. So that means this thing has been in works. That means they have been planning it for quite a while. Kò money. Ọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger last week yẹn, nǹkan tó ṣe pé wọ́n ti plan láti ilẹ̀ ni gbogbo èèyàn kò money. So Russia is also backing Niger Republic. So I am going to bring up some clip. So just bear me a second, and I'm going to play the recent, okay, Burkina Faso, the president, I'm going to share that screen with you. So bear me a second, and I'll play that clip. It's in French, but it's actually translated in English. So I'm going to make you watch that. So bear me that second. And let me share my screen with you. And let's look at the youngest president in Africa. Nǹkan need ní Africa nìyẹn. Need àwọn tó ti darúgbó. Tó lè function mọ́. Kò ṣe nǹkan need nìyẹn. So now we are going to watch this together.
On se sent en famille en ce sens que la Russie est une famille aussi pour l'Afrique. C'est une famille parce que nous avons la même histoire. La Russie a consenti d'énormes sacrifices pour libérer le monde du nazisme pendant la Seconde Guerre mondiale. Les peuples africains, nos grands-pères, ont été déportés de force aussi pour aider l'Europe à se débarrasser du nazisme. Nous partageons la même histoire en ce sens que nous sommes les peuples humiliés du monde. Qu'ils soient dans les livres d'histoire, dans les documentaires ou films, on tend donc à balayer le rôle prépondérant qu'a joué la Russie et de l'Afrique dans cette lutte contre le nazisme. Pour ce qui concerne le Burkina Faso, aujourd'hui, nous sommes confrontés depuis plus de 8 ans à la forme de manifestation la plus barbare, la plus violente du néocolonialisme, de l'impérialisme. L'esclavage qu'on tend encore à nous imposer. Nos dévanciers nous ont bien appris une chose. L'esclave qui n'est pas capable d'assumer sa révolte ne mérite pas que l'on s'apitoie sur son sort. Nous ne nous apitoyons pas sur nos sorts, on ne demande pas que quelqu'un s'apitoie sur notre sort. Le peuple burkinabé a décidé de lutter contre le terrorisme en mesure de relancer son développement. Dans cette lutte, des vaillants peuples, des vaillantes populations se sont engagées à prendre les armes face au terrorisme, ceux que nous avons affectueusement appelés les VDP, des volontaires. Nous sommes surpris de voir les impérialistes traiter ces VDP de milices et de tout type. C'est décevant parce qu'en Europe, lorsque des peuples prennent les armes pour défendre leur patrie, on les traite de patriotes. Mais là n'est pas le problème. Ce qui est le problème, c'est de voir des chefs d'État africains qui n'apportent rien à ces peuples qui se battent, mais qui chantent la même chose que les impérialistes en nous traitant de milices, en nous traitant donc d'hommes qui ne respectent pas les droits de l'homme. De quel droit de l'homme parle-t-on? Nous nous offusquons contre cela et c'est honteux. Il faut que nous, chefs d'État africains, nous arrêtons de nous comporter donc en marionnettes qui dansent à chaque fois que les impérialistes tirent sur les ficelles. Hier, le président Vladimir Poutine a annoncé donc l'envoi de céréales en Afrique. Nous sommes bien contents. Nous lui disons merci pour cela. Mais aussi, c'est un message passé à nos chefs d'État africains parce qu'au prochain forum, nous ne devrons pas venir ici sans avoir assuré, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas la guerre, l'autosuffisance alimentaire de nos peuples. Nous devons prendre l'expérience de ceux qui ont pu déjà atteindre cela en Afrique, tisser de bonnes relations ici et tisser de meilleures relations avec la Fédération de Russie pour pouvoir assouvir les besoins de nos populations. Gloire à nos peuples, dignité à nos peuples, victoire à nos peuples. La patrie ou la mort, nous vaincrons.
Okay, so that is it. That is the youngest president in Africa. That's the youngest president. That is how things should be in the Africa, where we have young chaps as president. We don't have old ones like Tinubu and all those idiots, those elders who call themselves elder statesmen, àwọn ọba kọba, àwọn ìkà, àwọn èèyàn burúkú tó ṣe pé amọ̀run má fẹ́ lọ. Their time is over. Everybody have their time. Even high speaking, time, my day time, time meaning you have to relinquish that power. Let them take charge. Let them take control. But àwọn elders than nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn ìkà, àwọn èèyàn burúkú, àwọn má lọ, àwọn ọba burúkú, àwọn ìkà tó ṣe pé taratari wọn nìkan ló mọ̀, àfẹ̀mí nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́. Àwọn elders burúkú, elder statesmen. So these are the people wọ́n ti jayé, wọ́n tún wá jayé títí wa. Our youngsters wọ́n tún wá jayé títí wa, wọ́n jẹ wọ́n títí wọn. Ọlọ́run á gbà wọn. Ọlọ́run, God will save us from ṣùgbọ́n àwa fúnra wa a ní nǹkan tá a náà tá a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Ọlọ́run ò ní sọ̀kalẹ̀ kó wá ṣe fún wa. God has done his own part. He knows ó ti jẹ́ ká realize pé we are suffering in Nigeria. It is not up to us to take that battle. It is our mantle. It is our home battle. Àgbélébùú wa ni, we have to do it ourselves. No one will do it for us. Ọlọ́run ò ní sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá kó wá ṣe fún wọn. If you don't do it, you will die quietly, you will die in silence, you will die of hunger, you will die of poverty. You don't want to compare, you don't want to protest, you don't want to confront the government. So why not just confront it and let the government know that you are not happy with what is going on? It is their responsibility to make life easy for their citizens. It is their responsibility to make life easy for Nigerians, not make life miserable for you. So no one is going to do for you. You have to do it for yourself. So as we will continue from where we stop, Tinubu, he is not a responsible guy. Like I said, he's not educated. He doesn't have a good advisor. He has got a good advisor. You wouldn't have allowed anyone to use you. You wouldn't have allowed any Western country to use you. However, so you can see, look at that guy. We have any problem here in Africa generally. We elect old men. They don't want to relinquish power. They don't want to leave power. They want to die in power. Look at Tinubu as an example. Look at the president of Cameroon. He is dementia. What a big man yet to attend the meeting. And to what dementia, and it's your monko around there, and it's your monko she. You know that it's not okay. And she be attend the meeting, you know, around the world, and which is an embarrassment to Cameroon, which is an embarrassment to Nigeria. Does Tinubu look sound? Does it look okay to you? Should he be the one representing Nigeria? A person who need help, who no let us know fellow help our Nigeria. Does that make sense? She'll make sense. And to people who need help, who no one not alone for the help our Nigeria. Even meetings that is hard abroad, may not know long way. So you can see that it cannot actually function. You can see how gullible Nigerians are. You can see how gullible Africans are. Are these the people we should be electing? Are these the people we should allow to lead us? Show me your friend and I'll tell you whom you are. Nigerians are gullible. Vote for your bay. And don't what dementia. And you around it. He doesn't know what he's doing. The person who is not okay. When he physically, physiologically, everything, mentally, he is unstable. He is not okay. And one vote for your bay. That shows that Nigerians are mentally disturbed as well. That means Nigerians have dementia. Today they should not vote away your bay. Take what they could lead in. And get it. You and me by Munjiro or Larani. Don't be kidding. Mupari titi. Elomi got to put me all done. Take me come and vote for Tinubu. It's not the solution. What I need in you. I don't hate Tinubu. I don't hate him per se. Shubon, talk about Dojora, what also. Is Tinubu sound enough to govern you? For what you've seen so far, 3 months. For 3 months now, what has it done? To relieve pressure. He actually built the whole thing, or built pressure on you people. This is a person who wants to be the president. He's not ready. Oh, like bank alone, woman think commit. You should one back, or batana koko, or batikechi, or batiketa, as sheep. And you made the man drive. The day I saw the streets in Lagos, me be the way code. If it all be me sitting more that basi. So she pay to baja the by me go. Traffic 3 hours. Washi wa loju kan. O wa di to she pé kò sí mọ́tò lórí títì. Gbogbo wa dá. O wa clean. Ibi tí ayé ibi tí ti bá yí àwọn Nigerians jẹ́ dé. Oruka kò ti park mọ́tò wọn. And on ta epo yìí 136 something. Nǹkan tó máa ṣe wọ 1,000. Before December, I want 1,000. Kí lẹ wá fẹ́ ṣe? Nǹkan tó ṣì wà ní bí 600 nsìn tí gbogbo yín ti dá nǹkan mi sórí títì tó bá wọ 1,000. What will you guys do? I am going to play. That is it. So nǹkan tó wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. But nísìn Tinubu wá ti wá lọ sí parliament. Ó ti lọ sí US, ó ti lọ sí the Nigerian parliament, and they voted against Tinubu launching a military offensive in Niger Republic. And we thank the parliament for that. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ ṣerú yẹn, ẹ̀yin ti do ọpọlọ yín ni. Tí wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ ń ti Tinubu gàdégàdégàdé. We know Tinubu is desperate because he didn't win the election, so he's trying to please the Western countries. Okay, on dúró de, you know, the end game of that the judgment of the Supreme Court. So pé tóun bá ṣe, àwọn lè support, and Western country lè support òun, wọ́n congratulate òun fún nǹkan tóun ṣe. And you just want to destroy Nigeria tó bá ṣe nǹkan tó ń rìn yìí. You want to destroy Nigeria. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria máa dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ Ukraine. Ukraine is flattened and there is nothing in Ukraine. Right. So a country, Africa generally, it is time we have to wake up from our slumber. We have to wake up from our slumber. These resources belongs to us. Why should we allow our resources be exploited by Western countries? If we have been tolerating that, the time has come for that to stop. The time to end that. To end imperialism in our lives, to end imperialism in our countries. Nigeria is also suffering the same fate. We have all sorts of mineral resources in Nigeria. It does not reflect in the citizens. You know, our mineral resources are exploited by these countries where we have the owners of these resources themselves are suffering poverty. They are impoverished. We shouldn't tolerate all these things. These things should not be tolerated. I am going to bring up some clip again, just for us to see how is going on in Africa. So we have the youth already coming out, and they said they are going to take Africa back.
The militaries, they have the power. If the leader is not ready, the presidents, we are seeing them, they are always bringing us back, taking Africa back. If the soldiers are ready for Africa to be liberated, we will be liberated. If you check Mali, the soldier took over. Burkina soldier took over. Guinea soldier took over. Niger soldier is taking over. So all these countries that are liberating themselves today, their soldiers wake up. And I'm even begging to Gambian soldiers should also wake up. Senegal soldiers. Ghanaian soldiers, if the Akufo-Addo is not ready to work, kick him out. Soldiers of Ghana, kick him out. This general army, the army general of Ghana, kick Akufo-Addo out if he is not ready to liberate Ghana. Ghana have resources that can benefit Ghana. America, how many American businesses do we have in Ghana? How many American companies, American businesses do we have in Ghana? If America is ready to put sanction on Ghana, Ghana also can put sanction on American businesses. So if you, the Ghanaian soldiers, are seeing that Akufo-Addo is not ready to comply as Africa, take him out, as Mali did. Nigeria, the same thing. You have Bola Tinubu, who is an old man who is not even, sometimes I wonder why. Is this a cost on Africa to always vote for old people who cannot even speak properly?
Then you.
Is this a cost on us?
It's a cost
you
on
know when
us. It's a
someone is
cost
old,
on Africa.
his brain look like a child.
Yes.
We don't know this. If you came to
He is not
Ethiopia when you have
sound.
60 years, you can never be a leader in Europe.
You shouldn't be a leader.
Yeah, when you have 60 years, and Bola Tinubu is older than 60 years. Bola Tinubu is now going to 80 years, if he don't even have 80 years. How can Bola Tinubu rule Nigeria? How do you expect Bola Tinubu is not even active, someone who cannot even walk properly, cannot speak properly? His brain is now not even thinking like a man.
Yes.
His brain is thinking like a child.
Yes.
He has a
child. He has
right
no brain. Child brain. Yes. Tinubu.
How do you expect? When I watch Bola Tinubu, sometimes I pity Nigeria. I say, no. Is this true that this man is the president? Sometimes I drag with my brain that no, this man is not the president of Nigeria. Maybe it's just a news.
Yes.
It's just
you're right,
but
brother.
I don't believe this man is still the president.
You're right, brother.
When you remove Buhari, who is old, who cannot even do nothing for himself, you go and put a man who is more older than Mohamed Buhari.
Oh, yes. Yes, they have no brain.
Make me pity.
No,
Do you think Bola Tinubu will make Nigeria to be free? It's not possible. Nigerian militaries, plan.
Yes.
Plan. Do something. You are the people who we are waiting for.
Yes. Take over. Take over.
Come on.
Kick him out.
People who
Kick
have,
Tinubu out.
have been suffering for so long in the hand of West.
Yes.
They have been pressing the neck of Nigeria for Nigeria never to have the fresh air to breathe.
Yes.
It's a big pity. If the leader, this leader is not a leader. I will not even say if the leader is not ready to comply, because Bola Tinubu can never comply.
Yes. You're right, bro.
Nigeria didn't vote for Tinubu.
Yes, you're right. Yes, Nigeria didn't vote for him.
I know, my brother. I know.
Right.
But I'm speaking to Nigerian soldiers. How many Nigerian soldiers are dying in the hand of terrorists, in the hand of kidnappers? The kidnappers and the terrorists, they have more weapons than Nigerian soldiers.
Yes.
They have more dangerous weapons than Nigerian soldiers.
Yes.
Trust me. How many Nigerian soldiers are dying in that bush? Sometimes I was watching so many videos about Nigerian soldiers in conflict with a terrorist group. A terrorist group was killing more Nigerian soldiers.
Yes.
So Nigerian soldiers, you are losing your soul for no reason, and you can never win against those terrorist groups, because those terrorist groups have been sponsored by the West with the most dangerous weapons that you people never see in your life.
You're right, bro.
You can never fight against the terrorist group. You are just killing yourself. Stop fighting against the terrorists. Fight against the leader that is there. Bring him down. Let military man rule Nigeria.
Yeah.
A young man, a young military general to rule Nigeria right now, and let's take Nigeria to next level, like Mali, like Burkina, like South Africa, like Malawi, like Niger.
Yes.
We need military generals to become the leader right now in Africa, since these old cargoes are not ready to comply with the African citizens.
Yes. Yes, you're right, bro. Yeah. So we can see how Africans are really, really thirsty for freedom. They are thirsty for independence. We have our independence, but more of like we're being colonized, from behind the scenes. We are being colonized by our colonizers. So I believe at this stage, we do not have our independence. So it is not help to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to straighten up. Don't allow yourself be used by the Western countries, by the Western world. You see, those mineral resources belongs to Nigeria Republic. They have the right to make that decision, how the resources will be allocated, how the resources will be used, whoever they want to partner with, whoever they want to trade with, is actually up to Niger people. The Niger people says, we do not want the current president. We prefer the military. So who are you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to distort this? Who are you to tell the Niger people how they manage their own affair? how they manage themselves. Now I'm going to play another clip to you. Now let's look at this. Look at what the Niger people did to France embassy. I'm going to share this screen with you. Let's look at what they did. That's the France embassy in Niger. Okay, so that is it. Once Africans says they want to liberate themselves, they actually have the right to do so. There is no reason why they cannot liberate themselves. They shouldn't be stopped. And we're having serious problem when it comes to leadership. And this has been a problem in Africa. None of our leaders has been able to stand up to the imperialists, to the colonial masters. And we, the Africans, we deserve this respect. If our leaders, if our political leaders are not going to do what we want them to do, it is time for the military to take over, okay, and actually do what? Actually, they can do what? They can actually take over power and do the needful. And look at what the Niger Republic people did. They actually made a fool of Bola Tinubu. They made a fool of Tinubu. They made a fool of Tinubu, who actually intend to do what? They made a fool of Tinubu, who is trying to impose himself on them. And this is what the Niger Republic will not tolerate. Ebola is dangerous. Ebola, Tinubu, that means you are dangerous. Tinubu, you are dangerous. You are Ebola. Ebola is dangerous than COVID. Ebola is dangerous than COVID. Everybody young Tinubu, Ebola, what cross? Ebola. Ebola is even more dangerous than COVID. Look at Tinubu. Look at you. You made the fool of yourself. I want to tell you, when I prefer military. Okay, when I prefer the current president. So who are you to dictate to them? You know? Okay, now, what happened? In this case, I'm going to analyze that. What happened is that, what do we understand by democracy? Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Okay? The Western countries, I want to promote democracy, one call the president or your father. I want more look I want fair president. You pay military now, wafe. Is that not what we call democracy? Government of the people, by the people, for the people. We want the military. We've had enough. We've had enough of poverty. We are an impoverished country. We have mineral resources. Our mineral resources are exploited by our imperialists and other countries. 75% of their uranium goes to France. 75% of their uranium goes to France. So, the Niger people said, we had enough of you. We had enough of your imperialist agenda. So, we want to be free from this. We are impoverished. We've not benefited from partnering with you. So, it is time we want our freedom. So, that is what we call democracy. Okay? When the people says, This is what we want. You cannot impose yourself on them. The Niger people, okay, prefer military. And democracy, if I'm to define democracy, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. So the Niger Republic people said, we prefer the military to our former president. So our military now fair. So who can stop them? Nobody can stop them. That's their wish. And so be it. That is it. You can't actually stop them from, from accomplishing their. So I'm going to show you this. Look at this again. Ewa will be our Benin Republic, our Niger Republic. Will be our ministers. They got hold of their ministers and dealt with their ministers. And that is what you Nigerians will not do. Okay, that is what you will not do. No, you can see all these small countries liberating themselves. Minister, that is their minister. That is the interior minister. Beaten up by the Niger. Okay. What do we see there? Now let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. What happened in this case is Nigeria is also experiencing the same thing. Nigeria is experiencing what Niger Republic experienced, what Mali experienced, what Burkina Faso experienced, what Guinea experienced. But these small countries have decided to liberate themselves. And if you look at this country, look at their population compared with Nigeria, okay? They've done what Nigerians cannot do. They've done the unimaginable. So the question we should ask ourselves is, what is Nigeria waiting for? What are Nigerians waiting for? Will you continue to fold your hands and not do the needful? Knowing fully well that no one will do this for you, you have to do it yourselves. You have no option but to do it yourself. So why not take a bold step? Take a bold step, like the case of Niger, like the case of Mali, like the case of Guinea, like the case of Burkina Faso. Those are smaller countries. Liberate yourself. No one will do it for you. The hardship is getting worse, and things are going to get worse. Even worse than what you have right now, before December. Do you think you can cope if it gets worse? When will you do the needful? When will you take your cross and fight? Take it as, this is my cross, and I have to stand up to it and fight. Like, fight is your battle, and fight for yourself. No one is going to do it for you. Money agbelebu tèmi náà. Money problems tèmi náà. Mo wá jẹ́ tí máa ń jà ogun tèmi, mo ń dájà ni. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó wá ràn mí lọ́wọ́ láti Nàìjíríà. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa ti dìde tán láti help ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Nàìjíríà. Mo ní àti bá yín, you've brought about the awareness, the sufferness in Nigeria. So bring that awareness to let you people know you shouldn't be in the condition you are, that you deserve better. If Nigeria was a good country with so endowed and enriched in different mineral resources, that country shouldn't be where it is today. But we have its citizens suffering after the order. They are impoverished. Do you think God is going to come down and do this for you? Ọlọ́run ti fún yín ní righteousness kẹ́ni lò fún ara yín ni. Any other thing after, God is not going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. I'm going to use the case of Israel as an example. Israel is time of the Christianity tiwa. Tó bá dojú òkú wọn máa ń dúró kí Ọlọ́run sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá ẹ̀rù wọn. I'm at Israel to fight 6 wars, to fight 6 countries, same time. Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Egypt, Palestinians, one neighboring country to surround Israel. 6 days war, and Israel won the battle. 6 countries. Israel ò máa dúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run wá bá wọn ṣe. Israel ò máa gbàdúrà pé áńgẹ́lì máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ ó máa ṣe fáwọn. When they stood firm, they stood to their feet, and they took it head on. They confronted that problem, and that problem bowed at their knees. That problem bowed at their knees. No one did it for them. They didn't wait for God to do it for them. What about you? If you say Christianity is the one year, ìwọ wá ń kọ́ ìwọ tó jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Àwọn tó jẹ́ tó ṣe pé ibi tí Christianity wá wọn ò dúró kọ́ lọ́run wá ṣe fáwọn. Ìwọ wá ń kọ́ ìwọ ń dúró rògbò Ọlọ́run máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ ó máa rìn wá ṣe fún ẹ. That means you're stupid, you're body, you're an idiot. If you're waiting for God to do that for you, Ọlọ́run ní sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá ṣe fún ẹ. You have to do it yourself. It is your cross. You have to carry your cross yourself. Ẹ má gbàgbé ọjọ́ tó bá lọ crucify Jesus Christ. Ẹ má gbàgbé wọ́n gbé àgbélébùú yẹn wọ́n gbélé. He carried his cross himself. He didn't deny it. He didn't run from it. And he stood firm. And God will only help those who will help themselves. Okay? Wàá ṣe wọn bá tiẹ̀ Ọlọ́run á wá fi kún. But you are making no effort. Ẹ pariwo ẹ máa sunkún pa náà ni. Ìyà yẹn máa jẹ yín pẹ́ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Ìyà yẹn ó máa jẹ yín pa. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin miscreant yẹn? You this miscreant. You this Yorùbá ló kàn miscreant. You have just started. You have not suffered. This is just the beginning. You will suffer. Okay? Àtẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ẹ ta. Àtẹ̀yìn tó lò kẹ́fì destabilize gbogbo struggle. You people that were used to destabilize the struggle. And you take your power, you brought it down. Yeah, my Jenny Eshebereni. But when you bata, you will go down for what you did. In your corner, you only Jaya, Konido, Nigeria, you will not escape it. Have it you see along one Kodoko. One of my Bisheli, you know. Along the young king, to surround you. You don't look at the people that surround you. Along the focus alone. Why? Because he's the one who gave you the task, and he will support you wherever needed. He will not let you down. But since you have decided, títí your deficit, every don't she. Ọlọ́run wá ready láti dójú tì yín títí your deficit yín àtẹ̀yìn àti tẹ́ni deficit àtẹ̀yìn tẹ́ fi tẹ́ni yẹn ṣe ẹ máa wọlé bí ara. Ẹ máa wọlé wọn ní burú yín mọ́ inú ni wá tó ti ẹ̀gbú ẹ̀ mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n kò tí wà tó ẹ máa wọlé pátápátá bí ara tán. You will not escape it gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe. Ìkà ń gbé inú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. Èṣù òun ló pọ̀ jù inú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. You all pay for what you did. Owó tó fún yín ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí lọ tán. Àbí kò tí tán. Kí wá ní benefit yín sí? Kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí? Ṣé bó èmi ìmọ̀ ìjìyà ọ̀rọ̀ lára yín? Ta ló dalẹ̀? Ṣé èmi lọ dalẹ̀ àbẹ́yìn lọ dalẹ̀? Ta ló dalẹ̀ nínú wa? Honey, I'm bringing up another thing for you. Kẹ́ wá wo bó ṣe ń lọ ní Africa. These people are liberating themselves. You better get up and liberate yourself. Ẹ wo bí àwọn Niger Republic, look at what they did to their leaders. Ẹ wo leaders tí ò bá gbọ́ ti yín, tí ò bá fẹ́ fi ti yín ṣe. Leaders tí ò bá gbọ́ ti yín, tí ò bá fi ti yín ṣe, you deal with such leaders. Because I'm going to share my screen with you now, and let's see how it played out in Niger Republic. Okay, let's see how it played out in Niger Republic. So, can you see that? That's Niger Republic people burning down the vehicles of their politicians. You can see how they dealt with their politicians. This same thing is going to happen in Nigeria if that sufferness continues. Okay? If you know Bola Ahmed Tinubu, okay, tell him if he's not careful, what happened in Niger Republic is going to happen in Nigeria soon, because the sufferness is too much in Nigeria. People are suffering. Okay? And it's no longer bearable. People are still taking it. At a point in time, you will get to a point in time where people will not be able to tolerate it, where people will not be able to take it, and they'll be forced to go out. You want to crush them, and sans work this time around, you will not have the capacity to hold them down. Yeah, no capacity. You will not have the capacity. So, are you doing the right thing? Is that what you should be doing? You want to topple the government? Now, let's play this again. I'm going to share this with you. This is another one. I'm going to share this. This man is giving a reason why, yes. Why should Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what doesn't concern him?
But I have a concern.
Okay. I'm going to share the screen with you. Why would you there even raise your voice against Niger and says you are going to invade Niger? Who are you? This is a sick person. Okay? This is a person who is not stable, who is mentally derailed, is uneducated. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, mentally derailed, uneducated. And this is the same idiot who says it's going to take a military action against the people that wants to liberate themselves. Do you think this is Lagos State? Do you think it's Lagos State? You think it's Nigeria? And Nigeria can go into Shekoko. Everybody do not dabby or debut on Nigerians and walk. You are a fool, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You are a fool, the biggest fool I've ever met on this planet. Tell him to his face.
Anti-coup unit in ECOWAS.
Tell Tinubu to his face. He's an idiot.
Isn't it time that the African head of states or the ECOWAS head of states look into the reason why there are coup d'etats? What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else. What is more coup d'etat than your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on mufti clothes, calling yourself a Democrat,
when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy or a civilian rule and an illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going only for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went around the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded and you stand out there and bragging that I throw them a tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens. You promised the people you will have a security sector reform. It's never happening. The civil service sector reform is never happening. The Jani Commission was violated before the end of the Violent Commission. When you take all the assets of the former president, and now you are busy buying assets, your days are coming. I thought they should have learned, or they could have learned from this. Unfortunately, they are not learning. So before you create a unit to go against any attempt of coup d'etat, put your house in order. Stop lying to your electorate. Stop lying to your citizens. Stop looting the resources of your country. Stop corruption in your country. And then you can talk about anti-coup d'etat. When Alpha Conde was killing his people in Guinea, after serving 10 years, he said it was not enough. I want to serve another term. During the process, so many Guineans were killed. And I did not hear any ECOWAS going there or condemning him. You know why? Because Guinea was too big for them, or Alpha was dancing to their tune. Because I think that was why the small Gambia was surrounded on sides by soldiers and guns in 2016. Because Gambia was small, or Gambia is a small country, and Jammeh was not dancing to their tune. After the presidential election in Guinea, more than 300 Guineans were butchered, killed. No ECOWAS condemned him. No African Union condemned him. Instead, they pick up their phones and say, Monsieur le Président, félicitations, congratulations. That is the fair game that is happening in Africa. They can condemn Mali. They can condemn Guinea. They are soldiers. But the one in Chad, who has been given a red carpet to the African Union, was never condemned, and he's a soldier too. He's a soldier. They can give him a red carpet to the African Union. But the other soldiers are condemned for their attempt or for their act. Where is the fairness in ECOWAS or in the African Union? They are not representing us. I believe they are representing themselves. So we are calling them to remember that power belongs to the people. Alassane Ouattara knows how he came into power with Gbagbo. He knows. But he finished his 10-year term. He changed the constitution for another term. They are there with him. Nobody condemns him. They are not there to condemn him because he's dancing to their tune. So I'm calling on ECOWAS to do the right thing. We young Africans, we are here watching, and we fear nothing.
So we can see that is it. Yes. You people cannot just you cannot just come up with a committee, coup d'etat committee, and not investigate why there are coups. There are coups. Yes, we know that, we realize that. But the question is, why are there coups? We all know the reason. I've already analyzed that in this show. Africans have the right to take control, to take back their resources, take charge, take control of their resources. We are no longer in the age of colonialism. We are no longer in the age of imperialism. So therefore, we have an independent. It is time for these colonizers. It is time for the imperialists to back off. We will make that decision how we use. We make the decision of how we utilize or how we use our natural resources. That shouldn't come from external. It should come from within the country. And that is it. I am going to bring up another clip just to let us, just to awaken the spirit of Nigerians. It is time for you to wake up and do the needful. And this is, again, I just like that is the youngest president in Africa. That's the current president of Burkina Faso. It's just 33 or 35 years, if I'm right. I'm going to share that with you again, just for you to have a glimpse of the current president of Burkina Faso. Look at the people love him, and that's what we call democracy. The people love him. Okay, so that is it. That's that. So we can see that. So who is Bola Tinubu? Who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Who are Nigerians to stop the people of Burkina Faso or Mali or Niger Republic or Guinea from liberating themselves? They have made that decision that this is what they want for themselves. They want to be free of colonialism. They want to be free of imperialism, that their mineral resources belongs to them, not anyone. And it's up to them to make that decision how these mineral resources are used. So who is then Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Who is he to make that decision that a military action will be taken against the Niger Republic? You have seen different countries that have come up. They come to the support of Niger. We have Guinea, we have Mali, we've got Maori is Mauritania, we've got Burkina Faso, we've got some other countries as well, many countries. Libya's up to 7 or 8 countries have said if there is an attack on Niger, they will come to the assistance of Niger. And bear in mind, idiot, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are so stupid that you don't even know what you're doing. Any military action against Niger is against Russia. It is actually Russia that you are battling, not Niger. This is a proxy war. So don't get yourself sucked up in that war. Don't be used by Westerners. Okay? You saw what's going on in Ukraine. It's the same thing is playing out in Ukraine. Ukraine is destroyed and damaged beyond repairs. It was going to take decades of years for Ukraine to actually get their heart together, to actually settle themselves. The whole country is flattened. And this is the same thing you want to do with Niger. You want to do in Nigeria. The moment you venture, the moment you deploy forces to Niger, you are actually fighting Russia. Don't expect Russia will fold their hands and look at you, torture or destroy Niger. Russia will actually deal with Nigeria. Maybe, should such happen, that will speed up the dissolution of Nigeria. Ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi báyìí ń sìn ní pé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó gbọ́, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó gbà. Àṣìṣe máa bá ẹ tó máa fi kógun lọ bá Niger Republic. Tó bá ti ń bá Niger Republic jà, Russia ló ń bá jà. Ogun á lè tètè wọ Nàìjíríà, Nàìjíríà lè tètè pín. Àdúrà tèmi nìyẹn. Àdúrà tí máa ń gbà nìyẹn. Látọ̀gbà tọ́rọ̀ yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí ogun tó ṣe pé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu kò ní lọ fi kó ogun lọ bá Niger Republic. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí nǹkan tó ṣe pé ó fi máa gbọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ tó ń bẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí nǹkan tó ṣe pé wàá sọ pé ò ní ṣe. Wàá lóò ní lọ attack Niger Republic. Àdúrà tèmi ni pé bó ṣe gọ̀ sí bó ṣe mú gọ̀ sí. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pé ó gọ̀. Kó ogun kó lọ kó bá Niger Republic. Tó ogun bá wọ Niger Republic, táwọn yẹn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ju bọ́ǹbù tó ń jù sí Abuja, tó ń jù sí everywhere, tó ń lọ bó ṣe ń dẹ́kun ló ń jẹ́ Abuja tó ń jẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀. Tí Nàìjíríà burst tí gbogbo ẹ̀ scatter. The solution actually, isn't it? Orúkọ àpá lọ tiẹ̀. Nǹkan táwa fẹ́ gan ni irú èmi yìí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ nìyẹn. So àdúrà mi ni pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó gbẹ́bẹ̀. Àṣìṣe máa débẹ̀, àṣìṣe máa débẹ̀ tó ṣe pé máa fi kógun lọ bá Niger Republic. And trust me, Russia will come to their head. Russia will finish you. Russia will destroy Nigeria. And that's my prayer. Kó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀. Orúkọ àkúlé máa lọ. Kí Ìgbò máa lọ. Kí àwọn Arẹwà máa lọ. Kí Yorùbá náà dẹ̀ máa lọ. Orúkọ àkúlé ṣe kí ni? Kó lè concentrate. Tó bá ṣe pé ìpàṣẹ lọ́nà máa lọ tó máa fi destroy Nigeria, tó máa fi bà Nigeria rẹ̀, tó máa fi dá Nigeria Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó ṣe. Àṣìṣe yẹn máa dé báyìí tí wàá fi rí ṣe. Àṣìṣe á dé báyìí tó máa fi rí ṣe, tó máa fi tú Nàìjíríà, tó máa fi dá Nàìjíríà rẹ̀, tó ká kó máa fi gbé ẹrù wọn, tó máa páàkì báàgì wọn, tó ká kó máa lọ́nu ibi tó ti wà. Àdúrà tèmi nìyẹn fún ẹ. Ìwọ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. I'm going to play something else again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ Alfa yìí. This man is an Alfa. He's an Alfa. Káwá wo nǹkan tó ṣe. He's an Alfa. I'm going to play this. Kí wá gbọ́ sọkúsọ tí màá nìyẹn sọ. Kí wá gbọ́ Alfa yìí. I'm going to play him. This is a strong supporter of Tinubu. So just bear me a second. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you. This man is a typical supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Kò tí ju bí 3 weeks ago tó ń bọ́ síta tó ń pariwo pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nation tẹ support kan yọ Tinubu kúrò nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà, we have the judges, they are debating this election. Don't debate bóyá ọmọ ayọ̀ tó ń sọ tó ń bọ́ síta tó ń sọ tó ń put out statement tó ń sọ sọkúsọ. Òun yìí kan náà ló tún bọ́ síta tó tún sọ̀rọ̀ against Tinubu. Níbo ló dúró sí? Àwọn oníkebèkebè ara wọn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ òótọ́, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó nídìí gbálẹ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá who need intervention, serious intervention. But they chose to go for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They chose to support his election. These are idiots. Àwọn àgbàlagbà àgbàyà àgbà òṣì. Àwọn tó ń pera wọn ní ìmáàmù, tó ń pera wọn láàfà, àwọn àfà olè, àwọn alátẹnujẹ, àwọn olébi, àwọn ọ̀nà bí àwọn elébi, ebi ti parí ayé wọn. Ẹ máa dẹ́dọ̀ bí wọn kó tó wà ní diaspora, some of them are in the diaspora. Wọn ò fẹ́ ṣe òótọ́. Ṣé yìí ò fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn tó wà ní dé kán live life tẹ́yìn náà live ní diaspora ni? Tí Nàìjíríà bá gbẹ̀yìn ẹni sí ẹni wà lábroad náà kò gbẹ̀yìn náà, you know the truth. That means you know the truth. Ẹ mọ̀ pé kò gbẹ̀yìn lẹ ṣe wà lábroad. You know the truth and let the truth set you free. Ṣùgbọ́n torí pé nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ ẹ̀yin èèyàn burúkú, èèyàn játijàti, ẹ̀yin èèyàn òṣì. Àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ pé any other statement including àwọn ọba òṣì, àwọn ọba játijàti, àwọn olè, àwọn ọba onígbáná, àwọn amúgbó, àwọn olè, àwọn tó nǹkan, àwọn tó bá ọ̀tọ̀ sí, gbogbo ẹ̀yin elder statement, you bad people, gbogbo yín never jẹ ìyànkan tẹ́ ń ṣe lẹ́yìn, you will all suffer. You will all suffer fún gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe, gbogbo yín never suffer. You will all suffer. Gbogbo yín never suffer gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe. You will all suffer for it. So I'm going to share this with you.
Tinubu ti kógun wọ̀lú o, Tinubu bá ti kógun wọ Nàìjíríà, Tinubu ti kógun wọ̀lú o, Tinubu bá ti kógun wọ Nàìjíríà. Ogun ti dé nílùú Nàìjíríà báyìí. Àwọn aráàlú bí ìbá ti fẹ́ kógun wọ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wá gbọ́ o ẹ̀yin Nàìjíríà, ẹ súnmọ́ mi kẹ́ wá gbọ́rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Bọ́rọ̀ ogun ṣe fẹ́ wọ Nàìjíríà sí gbogbo yín ẹ máa palẹ̀ mọ́. Ogun ti wọ̀lú, ẹ ká lọ kẹ́ wá gbọ́ bó ṣe jẹ́.
Oga Tinubu, you dey see Niger don't go reinforce. They don't go invite Burkina Faso, Mali. See the troop now when they want to enter Niger. When you say you want to fight, you get army to fight them. Now you don't feel use and fighting security for Nigeria. Then they wait for you.
Mi ò yọ ẹ̀yin bàbá Tinubu náà, mi ò yọ yín lẹ̀ kúrò nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ̀yin náà wà nínú cortis. Torí pé kí ni ẹ fẹ́ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ Amẹ́ríkà? Ṣé ẹ gbàgbé pé ìjà wà láàrin Amẹ́ríkà àti Russia? Ìjà tó ń bẹ láàrin Amẹ́ríkà àti Russia, Amẹ́ríkà ń wọ́nà bí tó fẹ́ fẹsẹ̀ nílẹ̀ sí, wọ́n wá ń wọ́nà bá ṣe fẹ́ retaliate, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wá fẹ́ lo bàbá Tinubu láti fi retaliate ìjà tí wọ́n ń jà. Gbogbo nǹkan àlùmọ́nì Nàìjíríà wọ́n fẹ́ máa pín in mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Ẹ jọ kí láǹfààní góòlù ta ní, kí láǹfààní uranium ta ní, kí láǹfààní bitumen ta ní, kí láǹfààní petrol ta ní. A ní petrol yà ń jẹ wá, a ní uranium yà ń jẹ wá, a ní bitumen yà ń jẹ wá, a ní irin ní Nàìjíríà yà ń jẹ wá. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a ní ní Nàìjíríà a ní kankan bí ìgbà tí pé a ní kankan ni. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ táwa empty barrel ní Nàìjíríà, ebi ń pa wá. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ fídíò, tí ẹ bá share fídíò yìí, ọ̀tá Nàìjíríà nìyí. Àti yáwó, ebi ń pa àwọn aráàlú, ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú, kàkà kẹ́ ṣàánú aráàlú, ogun tẹ́ fẹ́ jà ni. Mo gbọ́ pé bàbá Tinubu ti lọ sí house báyìí. Wọ́n ti lọ bẹ àwọn house pé kán fọwọ́ sí ìwé pé àwọn fẹ́ jagun, kán fáwọn ní military pé àwọn fẹ́ jagun. Tí ẹ bá lọ dán wò, orúkọ yóò ní parẹ́ láíláí ní Nàìjíríà. Torí pé gbogbo yẹn dìgbò fún yín nítorí pé ẹ jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí, nítorí pé ẹ jẹ́ nìkan tó lọ́pọlọ tó lè ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n ilé ìtàn afẹ́ sí táwọn Amẹ́ríkà ń threat yín pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lọ settle ìjà yẹn ni, ẹ má gbà fún Amẹ́ríkà. Ẹ ní káwọn Amẹ́ríkà máa lọ ń lọ tiwọn. Ẹ ní káwọn France kan máa lọ ń lọ tiwọn. Ẹ fèsì tẹ bá wá sí Nàìjíríà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kí Nàìjíríà kó gbádùn. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ bá mọ̀ pé kò lè ṣeéṣe mọ́, ẹ pé Nàìjíríà kẹ́ jáwọ́ mi ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà.
Má sọ Yorùbá lẹ́nu. Tí Nàìjíríà ò bá wọ́ọ̀kì mọ́, ẹ bọ́ síta kẹ́ bold kẹ́ sọ fún wa wípé Nàìjíríà ò wọ́ọ̀kì mọ́, kólúkàkú máa lọ títí ẹ̀.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kí a jẹ Nàìjíríà mọ́. Àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yẹn ti ń jáde, wọ́n ti ń pariwo. Èmi yìí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀, mo ti defend, wọ́n ti bú mi, àìmọye lẹ́tà. Láìpẹ́ yìí gan, Samuel Akpan ti kọ lẹ́tà kú sí mi. Samuel Akpan ló máa sẹ́ndì yẹn tó máa pa mí nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Tinubu náà ni. Bàbá Tinubu, àfi kẹ́rí pé ẹ jáwọ́ mi ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó kàn yín mọ́ni ó súnni mọ́rí tẹ̀ríkú mọ́láyà ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kò kàn yín rárá ebi tó ń pa Nàìjíríà ní kẹrọwọlé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tábí wọn ọ̀rọ̀ náà lọ àwọn iléèwé kò sí iléèwé mọ́ ebi ń pa wọn mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ebi ń pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ẹ jáwọ́ ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó kàn yín ẹ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ti yín ẹ má jẹ́ kí àwọn ìlú yòókù dìde káwọn ayẹpẹrẹ Nàìjíríà wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti ń yẹpẹrẹ Nàìjíríà already ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ti di rubbish nísìn àmọ́ a ti mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn tó kówó Nàìjíríà lọ tó kówó Nàìjíríà sáko gbogbo wọn wà Nàìjíríà náà gbogbo wọn ń gbọ́ ẹ̀mú wọn mo tiẹ̀ fẹ́ béèrè kankan lọ́wọ́ yín àwọn France tẹ̀yìn ń gbìjà àwọn London tẹ̀ ń gbìjà ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ fídíò tí ẹ bá ṣíà fídíò yìí ọ̀tá Nàìjíríà nìyí ẹ kì í ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ fídíò yìí tí ẹ bá pín káàkiri kẹ́gbọ́ everybody máa gbọ́ kó dọ̀dọ̀ wọn ọ̀tá Nàìjíríà gidi gan nìyí ọ̀tá progress Nàìjíríà nìyí mo ti ẹ̀ gbọ́ látijọ́ tí mo ti wà nílùú France tí mo wà yìí mi ò tí ì gbọ́ rí pé mínísítà kan olówó ní Switzerland sí France kò ju wákàtí méjì lọ mi ò tí ì gbọ́ pé mínísítà àbí gọ́vnà kan nílùú France ó kówó lọ sí Belgium láti lọ tọ́jú owó síbẹ̀ mi ò tí ì gbọ́ pé pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì kan àbí gọ́vnà Germany kan ó wá sí France ó wá tọ́jú owó mi ò tí ì gbọ́ pé pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì Holland kan ó wá sílùú France ó wá tọ́jú owó nílùú France tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí nínú ìtàn France tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí ìkan lára wọn mínísítà wọn ó kówó lọ sí ìlú Switzerland ó lọ tọ́jú ẹ̀ sí báńkì ńbẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n máa ṣe ìwádìí tó gbọ́ pé owó rẹ̀ wà ní báńkì nílùú Switzerland wọ́n destroy life ẹ̀ kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó gbọ́ gbogbo àwọn olórí Nàìjíríà lónìí gbogbo wọn látòkè ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti rí Tinubu Peter Obi ni Jonathan ni Babangida ni àti Buhari ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá àwọn náà ní wọ́n ní owó káàkiri lókèrè ní Switzerland owó tí wọn ò rí gbà mọ́ ìyà wa ń jẹ wá lónìí àwa ń fi ìnira mú àwọn aráàlú sí ro làákà ẹ̀yìn kẹ́ tó dìjọba mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ tí Nàìjíríà bá ti ṣe ẹ ta Nàìjíríà ká mọ̀ pé àrí Nàìjíríà for sale Nàìjíríà for sale ìyà ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ wá ní Áfíríkà àwọn Áfíríkà la ní alumọ́nì kan la ní gbogbo oore pátápátá tí Ọlọ́run yànda fún yàn ṣùgbọ́n oore tá a níyì àmọ́ lò ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó so lórí wa ìṣe ni wọ́n kó gbogbo owó yẹn wọ́n kó lọ sí ìlú òkèrè Putin tí ìlú kan bá dúró déédéé tàbá lè dúró pẹ̀lú tọ́lọ̀ fún wa àwọn gangan ló yẹ káwọn máa wá sí Áfíríkà láti wá máa tọrọ nǹkan lọ́dọ̀ Áfíríkà ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó so lórí wa wọ́n láti ibi tí olórí wa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo olórí Áfíríkà gbogbo àwọn kan àlùmọ́ọ́nì wa wọ́n ṣe ni wọ́n ń tà fún gbogbo ara bí ìyà sì ń jẹ àwa tá wà nílé kò sí hospital kankan ní Áfíríkà kò sí ilé ìwòsàn kankan ní Áfíríkà kò sí Áfíríkà kankan tó dáa Áfíríkà tẹ́ bá ló da díẹ̀ báyìí ẹ wá mú jáde oúnjẹ lásán là ń rí jẹ jura wa lọ Áfíríkà kọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́yìn iná àtomi kò sí kankan nígbà tí wọ́n wá gbàjọba yẹn ṣẹ́sì mọ̀ pé bàbá wa Tinubu àwọn náà fi so lórí ECOWAS àwọn Amẹ́ríkà àti ìlú France àti ìlú yòókù wọn bá pe bàbá wa pé tó àfi dandan ó gbọ́dọ̀ store ẹni tó wà níbẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kó dá padà sípò ẹ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà nípò president yẹn àwọn military yẹn kàn gba ìjọba lọ́wọ́ wọn kàn dá ìjọba padà fún ẹni tí wọ́n gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àwọn tó dẹ̀ gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ wọn bá ní láéláé àwọn ò ní gbé ìjọba yẹn kalẹ̀ wọ́n ní kí Nàìjíríà lọ jòkó sí ààyè tiwọn wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà tó jásí pé gbogbo nǹkan ọrọ̀ ajé wọn ò tiẹ̀ ní mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tán ní nírú gbèsè ayé wọn Nàìjíríà ti fi yáwó tán Nàìjíríà ò tiẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan mọ́ wọ́n ní ká lọ jòkó kí Nàìjíríà má dá sílùú àwọn mọ́ kí Nàìjíríà má lọ ṣe ìgbésí ayé wọn ṣùgbọ́n bàbá wa Tinubu àwọn Amẹ́ríkà fẹ́ lo Tinubu lónìí àwọn fẹ́ lo Tinubu wọ́n fẹ́ lo Tinubu pé kí Tinubu kó àfi dandan kí Tinubu kó gba ìjọba padà ṣé ẹ gbàgbé tí mo fi ní bàbá Tinubu ti fẹ́ kógun wọ Nàìjíríà rèé o bàbá Tinubu ti fẹ́ kógun wọ Nàìjíríà gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá mọ bàbá Tinubu dáadáa ẹ tètè pé bàbá Tinubu mo fẹ́ràn bàbá Tinubu gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá mo fẹ́ràn ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí mo lérò pé ó lè ṣe Nàìjíríà ní dáadáa bàbá Tinubu ò rántí pé bí ń pa àwọn Nàìjíríà ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n ń dá sí bàbá Tinubu ò mọ̀ pé ìyà ń jẹ Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́ta wà ẹ́ sì báyìí ṣùgbọ́n a kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé tó báwo ni a ṣe lè fosùn méjì ṣèjọba Nàìjíríà tí yóò fi tètè da òun lèmi máa fi ń pariwo pé tó oṣù méjì ó ti yá jù láti máa complain fún bàbá yìí bàbá yìí ò mọ̀ pé ebi ń pa Nàìjíríà tó bá jẹ́ pé Tinubu mọ̀ pé ebi ń pa Nàìjíríà bàbá Tinubu ò gbọ́dọ̀ débi Nàìjíríà kò gbọ́dọ̀ débi president Nàìjíríà o wọn ò bá ti filẹ̀ fún àwọn tó bá máa ṣe lọ kán máa ṣe lọ bàbá Tinubu wọ́n ti lọ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ò yẹ kán dá sí kódà láìpẹ́ yìí wọ́n ti rán àwọn delegate lọ àwọn ilẹ̀ Haúsá àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Haúsá wọ́n ti lọ síbẹ̀ láti lọ ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú president Nàìjíríà tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó lọ síbẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá lọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fẹ́ẹ̀lì kò ṣeé ṣe àwọn yẹn yarí wọ́n kọ̀ wọ́n ní àwọn ò ní gbà láéláé wọ́n ní kó ní kálukú kó ṣe tiẹ̀ làkúndínù kún wọlé ẹ̀dín wọ́n ní kẹ́yìn Nàìjíríà kẹsẹ̀ tiyín lọ́tọ̀ so ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò wá wà mọ́ àwọn ìlú yòókù Burkina Faso àti Mali kódà Niger gangan fúnra wọn ìlú Algeria wọ́n ti dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí báyìí sí báyìí àwọn South Africa àwọn lúkọ̀ kan náà ti ń dìde wọ́n ní tí Nàìjíríà bá fi láwọn dìde àwọn fẹ́ kógun wọ̀lú wọn wọ́n láwọn ṣetán láti support ìlú Niger àwọn ti ṣetán láti kọjú àwọn ECOWAS nígbà tó máa kọjú ECOWAS ogun awábẹ́lẹ̀ nílùú Nàìjíríà wọ́n máa bá àwọn ECOWAS fà wàhálà àwọn ECOWAS ó máa wọnú Nàìjíríà lọ díẹ̀ wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa bára wọn wọ́n á máa fèsì ara wọn ìjà ó máa dé ṣẹwárí ìjà tí à ń sá fún tá a fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn yóò wọ Nàìjíríà ihun tí gbogbo wọn wá ń sá fún tá a fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ rárá yóò wá padà ṣẹlẹ̀ torí pé United Nations máa padà wọlé United Nations gbà tó máa wọlé àti ìlú kìíní o ìkejì o àti kẹta àti Nàìjíríà àwọn United Nations wọ́n wá jókòó wọ́n wá láwọn fẹ́ ṣe peace tó fẹ́ ṣe yẹn gbogbo àwọn àlùmọ́nì tí gbogbo wa ń sakọlé lórí yẹn àti ti Nàìjíríà o àti ti Niger o àti ti Burkina Faso o àti ti Mali o àti Algeria o gbogbo àwọn àlùmọ́nì tá à ń sakọlé lórí yẹn wọ́n wá pín àwọn síbẹ̀ wọ́n wá máa pín àlùmọ́nì yẹn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan yóò wá di tiwọn ibẹ̀ àlùmọ́nì tá a fẹ́ ká ṣe bàbá Tinubu ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó kàn yín lẹ fẹ́ dá sí nǹkan tó lè mú yín níyì nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bàbá Tinubu òun ni kẹ́ tètè padà sílé kẹ́ pè wọ́n kẹ́ ṣe peacemaker pẹ̀lú wọn kẹ́ negotiate pẹ̀lú wọn kẹ́ bá wọn negotiate kí gbogbo ẹ̀ wà kó wà touch kó wà pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti kó embassy wọn kúrò ní Nàìjíríà báyìí Nàìjíríà láwọn ò ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà mọ́ wọ́n láwọn ò ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà mọ́ wọ́n ti ti embassy wọn èyí tó lè mú yín níyì nílùú Áfíríkà òun ni pé kẹ́ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ kẹ́ sọ fún wọn pé tó ìgbà ó ní wọ́n fẹ́ lò lérí ìjọba tó máa fi padà sí alágbádá ǹjẹ́ ó rọrùn sóòtì ẹ̀dá ẹnẹ́jẹ́ ń bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín bàbá Tinubu ọ̀rọ̀ gidi mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín yẹn ṣe mọ̀ pé Curtis lẹ́ ń bá ní Nàìjíríà káàkiri gbogbo àwọn tó ń rúlù Nàìjíríà láti jọjọ́ yìí ṣe mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ Curtis là wà ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ Curtis ní gbogbo yín pátápátá mi ò yọ ẹ̀yin bàbá Tinubu náà mi ò yọ yín lẹ̀ kúrò nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o ẹ̀yin náà wà nínú Curtis torí pé kí ni nígbà tí Jonathan fẹ́ wà ń bẹ̀ ó mọ̀ pé Ọbásanjọ́ ó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ó jí àwọn owó kan kí ló dé tí Jonathan fi probe Ọbásanjọ́ gbogbo owó tí wọ́n kó lọ nígbà rìjímù Ọbásanjọ́ owó yẹn ti lọ ó ti gàlá àárí owó yẹn mọ́ nígbà tí Jonathan náà sì ti tiẹ̀ lọ àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n jí owó kó ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní owó mílíọ̀nù tán jí gbé tó jásí pé owó tó lè tọ́jú Nàìjíríà àwọn dìsáínì gbogbo wọn wọ́n pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń jalè ní ayé ìgbà Jonathan.
torí ìwọ àáfàá yìí àáfàá Paris ó ní kébékébé ní ìka ìyànjẹ ní ó mọ àáfàá burúkú ní àáfàá tí ò bá lè sọ òótọ́ èèyàn burúkú ni ẹ mọ̀ pé Nigeria is no longer workable and you know the solution. The only solution we have is for everyone to go their way, and that's the solution. 3 weeks ago, ló ṣì bọ́ síta tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ on behalf of Tinubu pé àfi bẹ́ẹ̀ pé Tinubu ló rún ẹ jáde tó ń pariwo pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nation yìí inú yín dùn ẹ̀ ń jó kiri wípé wọ́n fẹ́ yọ Tinubu inú yín dùn instead kẹ́ support Tinubu. You just see how stupid you are. Can you see how stupid you are? How far, Paris? You're an idiot. Ṣé o rí pé o gọ̀? Ìwọ yìí náà ló ti wá ń campaign against Tinubu. Ojú gbogbo yín ti wá já nísìn. Ó ní ẹ support ẹ, àwọn ẹ vote fún ẹ support ẹ nítorí pé ó jẹ́ Muslim. So you voted for Tinubu nítorí kò ṣe nítorí pé ó lè ṣe but nítorí pé ó jẹ́ Muslim ló ṣe vote fún. Can you just see wo ọ̀rọ̀ tó jáde lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ó rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ àgọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ òmùgọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ ló bọ́ síta lẹ́nu ẹ̀ àfà. ọ̀rọ̀ àgọ̀ ló bọ́ síta lẹ́nu ẹ̀ àfà. So you voted for Tinubu not because of what he can do or what he's capable of doing, but you voted for him because he's a Muslim. So that means Tinubu is not even capable. Tinubu is shaking. Papa went ahead. Ó campaign fún nítorí pé kéde. Nítorí pé ó jẹ́ Muslim. Ìbí wọn náà àárí gbogbo ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe bíútì pẹ̀lú MC Olúọmọ. Gbogbo yín ṣe jọ ń pàdé ara yín ní France bẹ́ẹ̀. Títí lọ wá Legacy. Then campaign for Tinubu. Gbogbo ẹ̀ la rí. Now you are one complain. Ọ̀run yàbọ̀ ni gbogbo wa ló máa kọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó máa kọ̀ wájú ra lọ. Irú ẹ̀yin ọ̀dàlẹ̀, irú ẹ̀yin bí ọ̀dàlẹ̀ yìí báyìí. Tó pé ẹ mọ òótọ́, o ò lè pẹ́lẹ́ lójíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kó o mọ òótọ́, and you are doing the opposite. Ẹ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn ń kú, làwọn èèyàn ń suffer. But you chose to support Tinubu nítorí nǹkan tẹ́ máa rí change tó máa fún yín. Gbogbo yín ò lè ní gbogbo yín. Ìkà èèyàn burúkú ní gbogbo yín. Gbogbo yín dẹ̀ máa jẹ ìyà yín. Ìyà yín ẹ máa jẹ ìyà ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run àtijọ́ ló máa ń pẹ́ mú yàn. Ọlọ́run tá à ń sìn nísìn kíákíá ni wọ́n máa jóyàn lọ báyìí. Bí iyán fẹ́rifẹ́ri tó ń gbóná ní báyìí. Ṣé ọjọ́ ìyà yín tó bá máa dé, gbogbo yín ẹ máa jẹ ìyà ẹ̀. Ìwà fún àbúrúkú yìí. So ó ṣe mọ̀ pé kàbá ni Tinubu. Ó ṣe mọ̀ pé cultist ni Tinubu. Ó ṣe mọ̀ sí ni. Gbogbo àti òun campaign fún tó ń lọ kiri. Then lọ stand ẹ̀yìn àti legacy gbogbo wọn àti MC Olúọmọ tẹjọ́ ń meet tẹjọ́ ń pàdé ní Paris bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń jẹun tẹjọ́ ń ṣe party. Gbogbo báyẹn he wasn't a cultist. Ìgbà tó fẹ́ kógun wọ Nàìjíríà ló wá jẹ́ cultist sí. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn burúkú, ẹ̀yin èèyàn játijàti. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn játijàti. Tó ṣe pé wọn ò lè fi yangàn. Ẹ̀yin àfáà játijàti tó lè fi yangàn. Wọ́n lè jẹ́ onírú gbogbo yín jẹ́. Èèyàn burúkú ni gbogbo yín. On this note, I am going to end this show here. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, it's not up to you. Àgbélébùú yín ni, those of you living in Nigeria. Àgbélébùú yín ni, no one is going to do it for you. Go out there. Make your voice heard. Vent your anger. Show to the government that you are dissatisfied. Let the government know there is poverty in the nation. Let the people know that the country is impoverished despite the mineral resources, despite the numerous resources available. Let the president know that he is selfish. He actually increased his salary and politician's salary. He jumped it by 114%. Why you, as an ordinary Nigerian, you got no salary increase? Police got no salary increase. All other departments got no salary increase, except politicians. It shows how Tinubu loves you. He has proved to you that he loves you. He has made things hard for you. Not only subsidies, we can see him bombarding you weekly after week after the other. From subsidy to his salary increase, politician salary increase, to tuition fee increase, secondary school tuition increase, federal colleges and universities. He has done nothing to ease the border. He has done nothing to reopen the border, to make goods flow in, especially the Seme border or Benin Republic Nigerian border, to allow good flows. With good flows from the border, across the border, then it will reduce inflation. It will reduce costs, especially when it comes to rice. Rice now is 50,000 naira per bag. Imagine the border is open, allowing people to trade freely like that. That will reduce the cost of rice. I can bet you will drop to 30, and as time goes on, it drops to 20,000. It's because rice isn't available. It's because other commodities are not available. Things are scarce right now. If not that Tinubu is stupid, kí ni nǹkan tó ń dá Tinubu dúró láti dé open border? Ibi tí a máa ti mọ̀ pé olórí burúkú ni irú àwọn tó ń pera wọn ní elders yìí, àwọn tó ń pera yín ní president, tó ń pera wọn ní politician, olórí burúkú, àwọn tó ń pera wọn lọ́ba, olórí burúkú ló pọ̀ jù kára títí wọn náà ràn wọ́n títí wọn ràn yín ṣe. Ebi ò bá pa yín kó ní kẹ́ máa kú, kẹ́ máa fòṣọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ kú lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan, kò sí nǹkan tó kàn. Ibi tí a máa ti mọ̀ pé olórí burúkú ni gbogbo àwọn people yìí ni. Be careless about you. I am not going to do it for you. No one is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. All we have done is, make that awareness. Let you people know, hey, what you're going through in that country, what you are enduring in that country, no, shouldn't. Such things shouldn't happen. You have a life to live you have a right to live a reasonable life, which you don't have right now in Nigeria. So it's entirely up to you to sort yourself out. Go out there and protest. On this note, I am going to end this show here today. I'll find time one of this week to come and discuss other topics with you. And I want to thank, for those of you that came on my show, I want to thank you for taking your time to come on my show. And actually, I feel relaxed and enjoy our discussion for today. So on this note, I'm going to end the broadcast for today. And nice.